said you're the best guy in the box he's ever had.
The big guy standing right there.
You might be gone to the glass case.
What's that? Yeah, keep his hand in the box. Thank you so much.
She's ready to run up the and then I was like, whatever.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your High School Sports Leader, Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, from McDaniel High School, it is PIL League Action Football featuring the Lincoln Cardinals. The Cardinals' opponent tonight, the McDaniel Mountain Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Jack McArthur. Lincoln comes into this game. They are 0-2, a loss to a very, very good Bend team, 20-0 earlier, and then a loss last week to a top 5 team in the state, Newburgh. That was 35-0. Lincoln still looking for their first score of the season. On the other hand, the McDaniel Mountain Lions, they opened with a loss at South Eugene. 20-2 was the score in that game, and then last week they put it all together, a big win over Putnam, 39-8. So this is an exciting game tonight. This is the first league game of the season for the Lincoln Cardinal and the McDaniel Mountain Lions.
Yeah, Dave, really looking forward to this game. As you mentioned, both of these squads, it's their first league game, and it is homecoming, so big night. And I just want to point out, we only got a chance to speak to Lincoln's head coach. That's Cody Schnaufer, and he gave us his thoughts on the game. He's told me he expects to see a confident team and an athletic QB, and he also says that his team has to remain disciplined. And they really just have to contain number one. That's Trey Marion Crawford, McDaniel's starting QB, and they have to make him beat us with his arm and not on the run. So if they're able to do that, I think they'll be able to get this win. As we mentioned before, we weren't able to talk to McDaniel's head coach, but it's all good. But I'm really looking forward to this match, Dave. It's going to be a good one.
All right. McDaniel, formerly Madison, has a long history of very, very talented athletic quarterbacks. That's what we're going to see tonight from Trey Crawford. And both Lincoln and McDaniel, you can expect to see them run the ball tonight. I think Lincoln's strength last week was the running of Emmett Togney. We're going to see more of that tonight. But Coach Snuffer told us that they are going to throw the ball. He said ideally they'd like to be 70-30 run pass. So we'll see what that breaks down to tonight.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how that breaks down tonight. Lincoln is a very ball-dominant run team. As we mentioned before, Dave, they love to run the ball, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of run plays from Lincoln.
All right. I want to tell you about our great sponsors, and we have a lot of them tonight. They bring you this exciting action, and one of them is Premier Jets. Premier Jets specializes in worldwide service and has experience visiting nearly every port of the world. We provide fast worldwide transport service to 6 continents, including all Pacific Islands. Our services include an air ambulance, on-demand cargo, or charter flights. That's Premier Jets.
And while we have a minute, we also just want to mention that we are very saddened to hear that Milwaukee's former head football coach, Roland Allmuller, passed away last Friday, 1 week ago today, and they held the Candle Virgil ceremony in honor of him last Sunday. Super sad to hear that. Obviously, we spoke to Coach Schnaufer. He is very saddened by this loss, too, and he really told us the football community is a really small, tight community, and very saddened by this loss. So.
And some of the coaches on the Lincoln staff actually have connections with Milwaukee, so our hearts go out to the family. My understanding is that he passed away on the team bus coming back from the game.
Yeah, I don't have the exact details, but that is very unfortunate. Rest in peace to him. I'm very excited to hear that.
All right, Lincoln is going to kick off. They are in the red and white. Their colors red, white, and black. They will move from our right to our left. Lance Rickard handles the kicking duties. The colors for McDaniel, they're traditional. They're Columbia blue and red. They will move from our left to our right. Jack, I think you counted before the game. I think Lincoln has approximately 60 players suited up. I think McDaniel is in the mid-30s, so lots more players for the Cardinals tonight.
That's right, and when I mentioned that to Coach Schnaufer, he told me, well, if you look at our team comparatively, it's pretty evident that Lincoln has more players suited up, but if you actually compare these rosters, Lincoln has 40% of their squad are freshmen. 24 out of their 60 players are freshmen, and McDaniel they have 37 players. But if you take away the freshmen on Lincoln squad, they only have 36. So if you don't include those freshmen, but obviously Lincoln has 60 on VAR, and McDaniel has 37. So I'm very excited for this game, Dave.
Back to receive for McDaniel. It'll be number 9, Jake Brewer. He's a starting safety and running back, and number 14, J.R. Lanier. He's a wide receiver. Rickard, the senior, did a good job punting last week.
Yeah, he had some great punts last week, including one that was about 48 yards or so.
Rare 6 o'clock start time, but we are underway. There's the kick. Fielded on the far side, drop, picked back up by Brewer. Brewer tries to get around the corner, turns, going to get out to the 20, gets around the corner, gets to the 20. Bounced off a couple of tackles.
Yeah, what a run there from number 9, Jake Brewer, the senior, as he really made something out of nothing there, Dave. Dropped the initial catch, recovered it, and got all the way up to the 19-yard line or so. What a play from Brewer.
All right, one thing you can say about these two teams they have in common, they're both very young. They don't have a lot of seniors on either squad.
Yeah, I was looking at both of these rosters, Dave. 21.6% of Lincoln's roster are seniors. That's 13 out of 60. And for McDaniel, 10 out of 37 players are seniors. That's 27%.
Jack, the mathematician. Here we go. Trey Crawford, the quarterback, to snap. Gives a handoff inside. Cardinal right there. On the stop, number 72 for the Cardinal. That's Jackson Barber.
Cardinals with a big stop early, really just trying to set the tempo for this game. We know what they can do defensively, but the real question is, can it be consistent? Very interested to see if they can keep it up tonight.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20. Snap, Crawford going to throw on the outside, complete for a loss. That's all the way back to the 16, a loss of 4.
Yeah, it's a big stop there for number 15. Believe that is
Liam Eldridge.
Eldridge on the defensive end there with the stop. He can do it on both ends of the field. He didn't have the obviously best game last week, but he still threw some great passes.
Lincoln defense right on the money that time, a loss of 6 to the ball carrier.
And that time, that was 62. Brady Holland, the junior, with the big stop there for the Cardinals.
So it is 4th down. They have to get to the 30. They're at the 12. 28, 4th and 28. Great job for the defense for the Cards. Way to get it started.
Yeah,
punt formation.
They forced the 3 now. Here comes the punt now.
There's the punt, a short kick. That's going to bounce at the 35. Bounces to the 39-yard line. Cardinals will start on offense in McDaniel territory.
And interested to see what this call is, Dave. There's a flag on the field.
Now, it's not back at the line of scrimmage, so let's see what this is. Foul is on McDaniel. Oh, I got it. It was a sideline penalty. They had players out on the field. That's a warning. Next time it will be a penalty, a warning. He had his arms out and positioning at the sideline. Here's the run, straight ahead, turns the corner, Lincoln to the 20, to the 15, and out of bounds. Great run, that's Gordon. Elwood Gordon on the carry, started at the 39, out of bounds at the 16, 23 yards on the carry for Gordon.
Well, that's one way to start an offensive drive. What a play there from Gordon. Used his athletic ability to really speed around the defense. Got a couple good blocks as well, but got a massive amount of yardage there. And Lincoln are in the red zone now, Dave.
Good start defensively for the Cardinal. Good start offensively. 23 yards on the carry for Elwood Gordon.
Cardinals looking good right now.
Motion, that's Gordon. Eldridge hands it off. Tries to run the sweep play to the right that time. Flag on the play. Got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the flag is. Oh, it's holding on McDaniel. Holding on McDaniel. We're just underway. 9:44 left to go here in the first quarter. No score. Cardinal on the drive. Started at the 39 on a short punt. Now they're moving. They're down, and they're going to march this off.
Well, Lincoln's game last week against Newburgh, when they got shut out 35-0, there was a lot of penalties for both sides, and that's what really held back both of these teams. But interested to see if both these teams can contain their amount of penalties in this game, because that was a very big thing in the last game.
Well, we've already had a warning and a penalty on McDaniel, nothing on Lincoln.
Lincoln's staying pretty disciplined so far.
Here we go. The snap to Eldridge. Hands off straight ahead. Togney. Togney gets a hole. Togney. I believe that's a score.
Nice run there from Togney. He's a very reliable back, as we spoke about before, Dave. He can do it on both sides of the field.
Time on that, 9:37. 10 yards on the play. A rush for Emmett Togney for the touchdown. Rickard in for the point after touchdown.
Yeah, Lincoln, I'm sure they're very relieved to get on the board as they got shut out last week. What a run by Togney.
First score of the season, and there's the point after touchdown. Good. Lincoln breaks on top, 7-0.
Well, that's one way to start the game. Force a 3-and-out, 23-yard rushing play, and they get the touchdown. So far, Lincoln's looking really good.
Let me tell you about another one of our great sponsors, and that's Bio Lounge. Bio Lounge is a Northwest Portland functional medicine clinic that partners with patients to support their unique health goals, whether aiming to treat a condition, prevent chronic disease, or optimize health. Our highly trained providers leverage the latest in scientific research and technology to provide exceptional care and outcomes. We believe health is a lifetime journey, and we're proud to sponsor Lincoln football program. And thanks to Bio Lounge. All right, Lincoln will kick off again. Rickard. 7-0, 9:37 left to go in the first quarter. Lincoln on top, their first score and their first lead of the season.
Coming into this game, McDaniel was ranked 31 out of 44 6A teams, while Lincoln was actually ranked 38th out of 44 6A teams. Interesting fact there.
I think we've got to be a little further in the season for the rankings to really mean much. But
that's true.
There's a punt. Brewer fields it again out to the 10, the 15, and chopped down at the 20. Brewer gets out to the 20. So 10 yards on the kickoff return. McDaniel will start 1st and 10. They're going to spot that, I believe, at the 19.
Yeah, ball spot on the 19. Huge hit there from a Lincoln player. Laid him out. Interested to see what this McDaniel offense can get cooking. Obviously, it's very, very early in this game. But as you mentioned, Dave, we're really early into the season. Rankings don't mean a whole lot right now.
Yeah, a lot of teams are 2-0. A lot of teams are 0-2.
That's right.
Where do you figure out until you got a couple more games on you? Crawford, the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Receivers wide, left and right. Slot left and right. No running back. Brewer now moves to the backfield. And that was a pitch back up in the air. It's not going to get anything. No gain. Brewer on the carry, no yards.
Yeah, no gain there. Very interesting play design there as the QB, Crawford, pitched it to his back, Brewer.
Not only pitched it, he jumped up in the air and lobbed it up in the air. That ball went about 8 feet up in the air.
Yeah, it wasn't just a normal pitch pass, as you mentioned.
Right.
He really jumped in the air while he was being tackled, was able to throw the ball, and he got it to his teammate.
You know, on that play, the running backs got to wait for the ball to come down instead of, getting it and make the cut real quick.
And they're going to call a penalty here. 15 yards.
Whoops, that's going to be a 15-yarder on the Cardinal. Let's see what the penalty is. Well, I didn't see the referee's signal, but it's a 15-yarder. Moves the ball out to the 34. 1st and 10 at the 34. Crawford, Brewer set back with him. The snap, a low snap. Hands off. Here comes the sweep plate to the right. Oh, my goodness. What a great tackle that time. Up from the secondary. Number 6, and that is Parker Barnett.
Barnett with a big stop. He's quick.
Got to the ball carrier before he could turn the corner, and we'll officially give that as a loss of, well, we'll count it at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Not very crisp so far for McDaniel on these plays. Crawford wants to throw, rolls left, looks under pressure, turns the corner. He's going to get 5. Crawford with 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Well, Schnaufer, Lincoln's head coach Schnaufer, mentioned to us he wants to really contain McDaniel's QB there, Crawford, and really make sure he throws the ball and doesn't run it. Short little gain there for Crawford. Trying to get something going offensively for McDaniel, as their last couple plays haven't really got a lot, but that was a nice run there.
Cardinal cheerleaders right in front of us. Oh, and offside. The Rams jumped offside.
And I think it's going to be offside against 57.
It is.
Patty Ryan, yep.
That is enough. Let's see, is that enough for a 1st down? They're going to set it at the 45. I believe that is. Yeah, that is enough for a 1st down. 1st down by penalty. Great night for football here. McDaniel High School on 82nd. Crawford, running back, the snap. He's going to run, turns inside, knocked back outside.
Big stop from number 8, A.J. Reverman. He's also a very versatile player on this Lincoln squad. As you mentioned, Dave, Schnaufer told you earlier that his players are positionless, and so far there's been a couple key standout Lincoln players such as Togney and number 8 Reverman who have really stood out to me on both sides of the field. They've been able to get the job done.
All right, Crawford loses 1. So now it is 2nd down and 11. Crawford comes to the sideline, wants to talk to the coach. Clock's starting, he needs to get back.
Right now Lincoln's trying to force Crawford to throw the ball and to not run it, as Lincoln read that play easily. They had a 3-man rush going on and they stuffed him.
There's the snap. Wants to throw, going to throw long on the outside. Out there, has a player out there broken up on defense for the Cardinals. Number 4, Errol Brotherton broke that up.
Brotherton with the stop. It looks like that might be holding, as it looks like McDaniel's moving forward a little bit, but we'll wait to see what the call is.
Referees are talking right at the 45-yard line. Now the Cardinals are coming back. It looks like this one may go against McDaniel.
Yeah, interested to see what the call is. Actually not sure yet, so we'll just wait for the call.
Here we go. Here comes the call. Pass interference on the Cardinal. So they'll march that off. Automatic first down. Sends the ball now to the Lincoln 40. Hasn't set it down yet. Set it down 44. Lincoln 44 on the pass interference call. Brotherton was tangled up with the receiver out there.
I believe the ball's on the 39. Actually, no, it's going back to the 41 now.
Okay.
Yeah, 41 now.
41. Yeah, they marched out 15. 44, one to the 41 of the other. All right, here we go. Crawford to quarterback, 1st and 10. The snap. Turns inside on the quarterback keeper. Gets to the outside. There's another flag. That's going to be, I believe that's going to be, that's not a hold, but I think that's an illegal block on McDaniel as he swung to the side.
I don't blame Schnaufer for wanting to force Crawford to throw the ball, not run it, as he exemplified how fast he is, Dave. Interested to see if this one's going to come back, but regardless, the quarterback for McDaniel, Crawford, he has the speed and agility. Coach Schnaufer, excuse me.
It's a holding call on McDaniel. That ball's going to come all the way back now. It'll be back to the McDaniel 49. They have to get all the way to the 32, 19, I believe there. 1st down and 19 to throw. Going to throw on the outside again. Got a man out there. Incomplete. That may be. Let's see. I didn't see a flag go down.
Yeah, I saw a flag. So there's a flag on that play there. As
let me tell you what that's called. Face guarding. And you can't do that. You have to play the ball. Another pass interference. Same play. Same outside throw to the right. Same result. Pass interference on the Cardinal. Speedy receiver out there. I believe on the outside it was number 14, and that's J.R. Lanier. He's causing the problems.
yeah, I believe that was Lanier there, as pretty solid throw, but penalty, so this ball is going to be moved forward as McDaniel yet again relieved that the penalties against Lincoln, and a couple big increases in yardage here just because of penalties.
All right, it's 1st down and 5. Crawford turns the corner on the outside, now pushed back and going to be tackled. No, got free. Oh, and he's down. Down for a loss of 3.
And another flag, Dave.
Wow. Flag played game here. We're still 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. It was a loss on the play, but the referee's going to give our signal here.
Yeah, this ball's moving forward all the way up to.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's moving up a lot, Dave. It's going all the way up to. I mean, he changed his spot there, but I want to say it's on the 24.
Think of it. 2 pass interference calls, and they're a 15-yard penalty.
That's 3 penalties in a row against Lincoln.
And that moves it up. It is 1st down.
A lot of penalties.
On the 24.
Yep. Big
for
chance
McDaniel.
here. Big chance here for McDaniel.
On the carry, hit at the line of scrimmage and stop, no gain.
Crawford loves to run the ball. Interested to see if he's going to try to switch it up and go for some shorter throws here, as whenever he does throw the ball, what I've noticed is he's really like to go deep, Dave, and he also loves to run the ball, so interested
Well,
to see if he's going to go for some short
yes.
passes there and switch it up.
3 carries for 5 yards. He's 1 for 2 passing for -4 yards, but did draw a couple of pass interference calls. Crawford, the quarterback. 2nd down and 9. The snap, a high snap, dishes off inside, and that's going to be a loss. That ball went to number 14, Lanier, underneath. A little drag route back across the line of scrimmage, didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, Lanier, the junior there with the reception for McDaniel, as you mentioned, Dave. Really no gain on that one as they're really staying put. This Lincoln defense halted and crushed by these penalties recently, but their defense is still showing up right now.
All right, let's see where we're set. We receivers wide left and right. We're in the slot right. Lone setback. 3rd down and 11. Expect the throw. Look to the right side. Gonna throw underneath. Complete. Won't be enough for the 1st down.
That was Lanier again on the reception. Don't think he got enough for the 1st down, but he got a few yards in that one.
He needed to get. He got to the 21.
Gain of 5 there.
All right, it is 4th down. 4th down and about 8. Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right.
They're going for it.
Snap to Crawford, wants to throw, looks left, under pressure, heavy pressure. Gets free and now still free. He's going to pick up the 1st down.
Yep, got the 1st down there. What a run there from Crawford. He's extremely athletic and fast. I really thought he was going to get tackled earlier. There was multiple white jerseys, Lincoln players rushing at him, but he escaped pressure, Dave, and what a gain there from Crawford. He's moving the chains again for his team.
Great job. He made those jump cuts where he just changed direction just by jumping. 1st down, he gained 11. 1st and 10 at the 12.
He's extremely shifty and also quick.
Crawford. Receivers wide left and right. They're in the slot to the right. Crawford pulls it down. He's going to turn inside. Down to about the 8. Crawford's going to do this by himself.
Yeah, 4-yard gain there for Crawford on the QB keeper. Once again, a sneak play where he takes the ball and just decides to run it up. As you mentioned, Dave, he really is trying to do this himself, but you can't really blame him if his guys aren't open. Really just trying to get that yardage there and run the ball on his own. And players aren't open. He's just got to do what's best for him.
5 yards on 3 carries, now
quick.
has 20 on 5. Here we go. And that's going to be a penalty, and I believe it's going to be offsides on the Cardinal. The signal. Offside, illegal procedure. Oh,
false start.
No, false start goes on the Lions.
First false start of the night for the Mountain Lions.
Johnny Gayton checks into the game at wide receiver. The snap to Crawford. Rolls, tries to throw underneath, and incomplete.
It's quickly broken up by Emmett Togney, the corner and running back. Very versatile player.
Togney ever gets his hands on a ball out in the flats like that, and he's gone. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 11.
Ball on the 14 here, Mountain Lions still in the red zone, but wouldn't be too surprised if they try to go for another deep pass as they need the yardage because it's 3rd and 11.
Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right. Crawford. He's thrown to the right, he's thrown to the left. The snap, drops straight back, going to throw on, outside the fade pattern. This time picked off in the end zone. This time stayed in front of the receiver, watched the ball, and picked it off.
That was intercepted by 11, Cameron Rank. I believe it was Rank on the pick there. As, in my opinion, I really thought that Crawford's pass was lofted a little too high. It gave the corner too much time to adjust to it. And the ball was floating in the air for a while there as Crawford used his athletic ability, or excuse me, it was Rank. Crawford threw the pick, but Rank used his ability to jump up and get that pick, Dave.
When you throw the fade pattern, you have to get the receiver in the corner of the end zone, and you have to just lob it a little bit. And Crawford put that one way up in the air. It was short of the receiver. Rank picked it off in the end zone, kneeled down, ball out to the 20. First and 10 Cardinal. A good job to stop that drive. Eldridge, the quarterback. Gordon in motion, now sets. Handoff inside, gain of maybe 2.
Second and 9, Cardinals still with plenty of opportunities here to try to extend their lead as McDaniel had a big chance there in the red zone, Dave, unable to capitalize a costly turnover as Lincoln has possession here. Still plenty of time left in this game, but.
Well, I think so. We're not even through the first quarter, so I think there's plenty of time. Eldridge. They try to go around the left side. No gain. Eldridge on the quarterback keeper.
He's a pretty versatile QB. He likes to run the ball as well, as despite the fact that Lincoln is resilient and continues to try to run the ball, hasn't worked out super well for them, at least on this drive. But earlier, it was working really good for them. But I just think that, as we mentioned, Dave, Lincoln's head coach told us 70-30, they're going to go majority with the run, but they're not afraid to throw the ball a little bit too.
All right, 3rd and 10. Receivers wide, left and right. They're in the slot to the right. Eldridge drops straight back, wants to throw, throws underneath, incomplete. That's the first pass of the game for Liam Eldridge. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and Lance Rickard will check in.
A little bit of an unorthodox throw there from Eldridge as he was jumping up in the air off balance, tried to throw the ball, and it was unorthodox, little off, short pass. But as you mentioned, it's gonna force a 3 and out here. 4th down, another punt for Lincoln.
Rickard in punt formation. Deep, standing at the 50. Here's the punt, gets it away. High kick. Fair catch called for. Drop the ball. Drop the ball. Signal for the fair catch at the 45. Dropped it, and the Cardinal have it.
What a play there, Dave. As unfortunately, it looks like a Lincoln player is injured, but that was a very wild sequence of events there. A fantastic punt from Ricker. Got about 3.5, 4 seconds of hang time, and it was a fair catch right off the hands of him, and obviously turned it over, but hopefully
Good job by Rickard to get that way up in the air and deep.
It's a great punt.
The punt returner waved his hands, looked at the ball, and then dropped it. The player who was down is Errol Brotherton,
the junior receiver.
He's up.
Well, hopefully he's all right. Good to see that he's walking again as he's shaken up a little bit.
Not limping or anything, and that's always a good sign.
Likely just got the wind knocked out of him or got hit real hard there. As Lincoln is relieved to have the ball back again, as he called the punt receiver, called the fair catch, Dave, unable to handle it, spilled out, and Lincoln was right on it.
If you got your hand up in the air and you're waving for the fair catch very emphatically like he did, and then you drop it, that's not good.
It's not good, but.
So Cardinal, they have 1st down. They are at the 45-yard line of McDaniel. And a handoff straight inside.
Despite the fact that the Mountain Lions turned it over on that last play with the fair catch, and and turn the ball over. Still plenty of time to redeem themselves. 11 seconds left in this first quarter. Still just over a full 3/4 of football left to play, Dave.
11 seconds. It is. The clock is not running. It's stopped. Did we have a penalty on that play?
Yeah, I believe there was a
5-yard
flag.
penalty. Yep.
And
So now the ball is sitting right at midfield, and it is 1st and 15. Procedure call on the Cardinal. 1st and 15, ball right at midfield. 11 seconds left to go in the quarter. Eldridge, 2 running backs. The snap, straight ahead on the dive play. Probably got 3.
nice little game there. Lincoln trying to slowly but surely move their way up the field, move the chains, as the run's been pretty solid for them in this game overall, despite the fact that McDaniel's defense has really had a couple big stops in this game.
Well, that's the end of the quarter. Clock was running there. That's the end of the quarter. Our score at the end of 1, it is Lincoln 7, McDaniel nothing. I want to tell you about another one of our great sponsors, and that's Garfield Orthodontics. They're celebrating 50 years of helping Portland smile. Dr. Judah, who is a Lincoln graduate from 1992, and the entire team at Garfinkel Orthodontics are proud to support Lincoln High School and excited to help your family smile. Complimentary consultations at garfinkelortho.com. Well, Jack, 7-0 Cardinal at the end of 1. Big plays for the Cardinal. Of course, that 23-yard run by Elwood Gordon, another 10-yard run by Emma Togney. The touchdown run, of course, was the 10-yard run by Togney.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. You know, Lincoln have done a great job on both sides of the ball so far. Before the game, Coach Schnaufer told us that he needed his team to stay disciplined, and he said that, as I mentioned, he expects to see a confident team and an athletic quarterback, and we definitely have seen an athletic quarterback in Trey Murray and Crawford so far in this game. But Lincoln got the touchdown with Togney and got an interception just recently, so they've been able to do it on both sides of the field. Interested to see if they can keep that up.
2nd and 12. Eldridge to throw, dumps it across the middle, incomplete. There were way too many people in there when he threw that ball, and too much congestion. The ball went to the ground, incomplete. 3rd and 12. I might run a draw play here. See if I can get Togney loose on a draw play. Errol Brotherton back in the game, number 4. Whistle. Oh, delay a game on the Cardinal. Dead ball foul, delay a game, back it up 5. Now it's going to be 3rd and 17.
Despite the fact that Lincoln are leading just by 1 possession, 7-0 right now, and they've done a pretty good job of excelling on both sides of the field. Penalties have scared them and really, really scarred them, should I say, in this game so far. It's been tough for them.
A game dominated by penalties. Eldridge to throw. Oh, tipped. Was trying to get it off in the flat there to Togney. Defensive pressure came through, got a hand out and tipped it away. So it's 4th down.
Nice job at Mountainside to force a 3 and out there. Good pressure. There's some sizable linemen, including 71. That is Eric Hoover, the nose guard.
So 4th down and 17, the ball on the 48. punt formation coming up. Ricker to punt. Last time, McDaniel dropped the fair catch. Let's see what happens here.
And Ricker had about a 46-yard punt or so. Solid punt, and they dropped it, as you mentioned. Interested to see what happens.
There's the snap on the ground. Picks it up, gets it away. Oh, nice job. That looked like it was going to be blocked, and that's going to be downed at about the 14-yard line. What a job by Lance Ricker to pick that up and get it away.
Yeah, great stuff from Ricker. I've been there before, you know, having the ball snap to you, bounces a couple times, just got to pick it up and punt it at that point. If you think it's going to be blocked, just got to roll it out to the left or the right, regardless if you're just depending on whether you're left or right-footed. But great punt there, great awareness from the punter, Ricker there. And I also want to give a shout-out to 7, Lucas Winter, the junior. Great coverage from Lincoln's special teams as he jumped on that ball, kept it in bounds, and stopped it at the 14, Dave.
Jack likes to talk punting. He was a punter at Franklin High School. All right, 1st and 10 on the 15. McDaniel with the ball. They trail 7-0. Trey Crawford, the quarterback. Jump pass again. Boy, that's a strange play.
Very strange.
And that's going to lose yardage.
In my opinion, I don't know if that play is that effective just because the ball's in the air for so long. It's giving the defense a chance to catch up, and it's not the most effective play unless you have really tremendous blockers or O-line. But we know that McDaniel's offensive and defensive line is pretty stout, but the fact that he keeps throwing the ball up in the air like that, it's very interesting.
All right. The ball's on the 10. It's now 2nd and 15. For the life of me, I can't figure out that play.
Out of all the years I've watched football, Dave, I don't know if I've ever seen a team continuously back-to-back times throw a ball that high up in the air when you're trying to loft it back to a running back.
First time I thought it was just a fluke. This time I know they're doing it. There's the play. The running back still with the ball, and he's going to be tackled. The ball was at the 10. I think he might have got a yard.
Let's see where they're going to mark it here. It could be a no gain. I want to say the ball stays at the 10 from
all right, it is. It's at the 10, so it's now second and 10. Oh, no, 2nd and 15, I'm sorry. Remember, McDaniel put up 38 points last week on Putnam.
Well, we know they can score. The question is, will they be able to score tonight against Lincoln? Lincoln's defense looks pretty resilient here tonight, Dave.
39 points. 39-8 they won. Crawford, the quarterback. Receivers wide to the right. Under pressure, hands it off inside on a dive play. That might have got at most 1. Boy, the Cardinal defensive line is just doing an outstanding job.
They definitely are. They've been keeping up the pressure all night, as looks like Crawford was a little bit shaken up after that as he was being hounded by Lincoln's defense, and he just threw the ball, a bullet pass, and as you mentioned, no gain there. But
you know, all these rushes that McDaniel's had, they have 20 yards on the ground to show for it. On the other hand, Lincoln has 3 carries, 33 yards, 23 of it by Elwood Gordon on that one play.
They're going to punt this one.
Yeah, it's 4th down.
Yep, that's right.
Fair catch called for at the 36-yard line. Lincoln will start offensive possession at the 36.
Another flag.
Oh, my goodness. Is that after the fair catch? Is that after the play? I don't see anybody back at the original line of scrimmage.
Nothing.
Very intrigued to see what the referees call here, as
he's lined up like he's going to march it off against Lincoln, but nah, let's see where they're going to. Yeah, now they are. 5 yards, they back it up. So 5-yard penalty backs it up to the 43. First and 10 at the 43 for the Cardinal. Eldridge, Togney next to him. Keeper for Eldridge. Gets forward, breaks the tackle, down inside the 20. I'm sorry, inside the 25.
Yeah, huge run there from Eldridge. He really looked unstoppable on that play, Dave. He wasn't going down until he reached the 25-yard line. Fantastic run there from Eldridge as he broke multiple tackles and shape-shifted his way around the defense and got a decent amount of yards on that play, Dave.
18. Quarterback keeper up the middle, took a side step to the right, back to the left and to the right again. That got him outside. He got to the 25, first and 10 Lincoln. 18 yards on the carry for Liam Eldridge. Eldridge to throw, that's going to be overthrown. Intended on the outside there for A.J. Reverman.
Yeah, as you mentioned, intended for Reverman. Unable to keep his balance as it was a little bit of an unorthodox throw. Went out of bounds, just wide right. He was unable to keep the ball in bounds.
Eldridge is 0-4 passing. Cardinal on the ground have 4 carries for 51 yards. So it is 2nd and 10 at the 25. Gordon in the backfield with Togney. The snap to Eldridge. Eldridge hands off to Gordon. Nowhere to go that time.
Yeah, he had 2 backs to choose from. That time gave it to Gordon, the junior, on the run there. Looks like no gain.
We're right adjacent to 82nd Avenue. That was an ambulance that went by. All right, so where we are is this. It is 3rd down and 11. The ball is at the 27.
Yeah.
8:22 left to go here in the first half. Togney in the backfield. Another whistle.
That's been common tonight.
Is that a delay a game? Nope, no flag. He picked it up. No flag. Timeout. McDaniel. McDaniel took a timeout. 8:08 left to go in the first half. Our score here, Lincoln 7, McDaniel nothing. While you've got a chance, I'm going to tell you about Elite Real Estate. Michelle Shea Land, our dedicated realtor at Elite Real Estate, strongly supports Cardinal football, just like a strong offensive line. Ready to score your next home? Make contact with her today.
Despite the fact that it's only 7-0 right now and it's fairly low scoring, it's been quite the entertaining game so far. Lots of turnovers, lots of differing plays. And
well, the leading yardage in this game, penalties.
You're not wrong about that.
Offensive plays.
Lincoln's had quite a few big runs in this game so far, Dave, but as you mentioned, penalties are really holding back both of these teams, especially Lincoln right now.
I don't normally keep the number of penalties. I wish I had started at the beginning because it's a bunch.
Quite apparent in this game.
Eldridge pulls it down, keeps it, tries to break free, got back to the line of scrimmage.
Unfortunately, looks like we have an injured player on the field. Looks like 59. That is, 55, Levi Johnson.
Freshman
I
Levi Johnson.
I could be wrong though.
Actually, we had 2 players down. Now one of them is up.
Let's see. It looks like Johnson, but no, it's actually, that's actually 50, Dion Hall. But he appears to be okay. He got up, and now we have another Mountain Lion on the turf here. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, while we got a player down, I'll tell you about Kelly Manning. Kelly Manning is proud to be a sponsor of the Lincoln Cardinal football team. Let Kelly ensure your family's future by giving her a call today, or just email her next, or email her at text, or walk in anytime. That's Kelly Manning, State Farm. Thanks to all our sponsors.
Unable to get up right now. Hopefully he's okay as he's
Ryan,
slowly helped up.
who's our mention tonight that we need to mention? Bellagio's Pizza. The team has a meal. I think it's on Thursday nights.
Every Thursday.
And Bellagio Pizza furnishes the pizza for that meal. So thanks to Bellagio. I did notice the cheerleaders here tonight before the game. They had a meal down on the sideline.
And that was Bellagio Pizza.
Bellagio Pizza.
Well,
Thanks,
Dave,
you guys.
it looks like 64 Josiah Clay, who was the injured player for the Mountain Lions, but he appears to be okay as he got up on his own accord and walked off the field. So we are going to continue things here, Dave.
Well, it's going to be 4th down and 12. 4th down actually in about 14. What are we going to do here? We're going to try a field goal? We're going to go for it?
Well, last game we saw a 55-yard field goal. That was interesting.
Here we go.
They're going to go for it.
The snap, Eldridge under pressure, rolls left, looks, going to throw way down the end zone. That's going to be caught out. He's out.
He wasn't in bounds, but from my view, it looked like Eldridge had enough space to run that ball on his own, Dave. There wasn't that many guys around him. He could have ran that ball 15 yards if he really wanted to, but instead he went for the deep ball, the Hail Mary, if you will. It's the back of the end zone, pretty close to being on target, a little bit too strong of a pass as his intended receiver was just barely out of the back of the edge of the end zone. So
Eldridge under pressure, 2 defenders. He got by them, got out to the left sideline. Looked to me like he could have run it for the first down, but he let it fly.
He had all day there. He could have ran it if he wanted to, but I think he was trying to go for that big Sports Center highlight play. He tried to get that touchdown pass, but could have ran it as well.
Counting those 10 yards in the end zone, Eldridge threw that one 45 yards.
That's going to be turned
and
over on
nice
downs here.
Spiral, too.
Yeah, it was a good throw.
Crawford, the quarterback, 1st and 10 at the 30. The snap, wants to throw, throws underneath, caught, still on his feet and going to be out of bounds at the 31. That might be a completion for a yard.
Yeah, it looks like a 1-yard gain. Could be
Listen
more
to
than
this.
that.
Crawford is 4 of 8 passing, no yards,
Wow.
and 1 interception.
Well, they're going to spot this one on the 32, Dave, so gain of 2 in that last play.
All right, we'll give him 2. 2nd and 8. Motion into the slot. Wide left and right, slot left and right. Crawford,
Another
maybe
penalty.
too long. There's a flag, let's see. I think the signal was delay a game. Might have been, no, wait a minute, he had one hand. It might have been a legal shift. Puts 2 hands over the chest, that's delay a game. He had 1, that's an illegal shift. Here we go. Oh, under pressure. Did get the handoff away, though. Wow. Under big pressure that time. Got the handoff away. Madison with a gain of 2. Did I call him Madison?
No, you're good. They changed
Daniel.
recently. You know, it's very difficult for me to say Franklin Lightning because I obviously went to
Right,
Franklin.
I know
and
all
it's
the
like
name
they
changes.
were the Quakers for years, but I don't even blame you there for that one.
These guys were the Madison Senators.
For years. But no, just to analyze that last play, it was a pitch. Crawford to one of his backs, a couple yards there. It looked like as that time he didn't go for the lofted pass. So that one was way more effective that time, Dave.
Well, it was a 1st down. They had 4 receivers to the right, stacked up out there. One of them went in motion. Somebody wants, if I was Lincoln, I would have taken a timeout. Make sure, because that coverage was going to be mixed up. So here's the situation.
Yeah.
Lincoln leads 7-0, 6:23 left to go in the first half. 1st and 10 for McDaniel, and they have the ball on the 40.
.6:23 left in this second quarter. As you mentioned, Lincoln with a 1-possession lead. Fairly low-scoring game, but Mountain Lions have a chance to equalize this game.
First and 10. Crawford, the quarterback, to snap. Keeps it down the line of scrimmage, trying to turn the end on the outside. There's a flag. That might be holding on McDaniel. When you run that run option, the pitch play down the line, you won't look at the defensive end. If the defensive end pulls in, you pitch it out. If the defensive end follows the back to the outside, you turn it inside. That time, Crawford tried to turn it inside but was hit. No gain. There's a flag.
They're going to call holding against McDaniel.
Holding McDaniel.
Interested to see how far they move this one back. Looks like.
Well, it's 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, it's 15.
So now it is
1st and 20 for them. Yeah.
1st and 20, maybe a little bit more than 20. Need to get the ball right to midfield. Knows where the ball is at the 30. Trip receivers to the left this time. And that ball caught, sent to the outside, a couple of steps inside, and then a big tackle. Brotherton on a big tackle, also there, number 14, Zan Galton.
And that was 17 to Carion Martin, the junior with the 5-yard gain there. Ball placed on the 39. The Mountain Lions slowly but surely moving the chains, Dave, as it's 2nd and 15, ball on 34.
Number 17, Martin on the catch of a 5-yard gain. Here we go, trip receivers to the right this time. Looks to throw under pressure and gonna be hit. Breaks free, turns back inside. Starting to get close back to the original line of scrimmage. It was 2nd and 15, he may have got 5.
Yeah, all the way up to the 41 or so. 6 or 7 yard gain there. There's Crawford yet again. Gain of 6. Crawford yet again there using his athletic ability and speed. McCubey, keeper. He's done that quite a few times tonight, Dave, but he's excelled at it. He's done pretty good job of it.
3rd and 10.
Oh, it's gonna be a false start.
Oh, gonna be on the Cardinal.
Yeah, that's gonna be on 7, Lucas Winter, the junior, same man who got the interception. No, excuse me, I think it was someone else who, I was thinking of, let's see if I have it written down here. Cameron Rank who got the pick, but let's see.
Right,
but he was
Rank had the pick.
Yeah, that's right. Rank had the pick, yeah.
So it is 3rd and 5 from the 45. Need to get to midfield. 4:31 left to go here in the first half. Penalty-plagued half. Crawford trying to do a hard count that time and draw the Cardinal off. Oh, under pressure, and got that ball away. I'm surprised he got it away. He was in the arms of the defender. He would have lost 15 on that play. Crawford got it away.
Outstanding awareness from Crawford to be able to throw that ball away while being tackled to the ground, Dave, as it looked like it was almost picked by none other than number 15, Liam Eldridge, as he was close to intercepting that if he had thrown it a little bit further.
It is 4th down and 5. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going for it. I don't see anybody in punt formation yet.
They're going to go for it, Dave. And why not? You're down one possession with 4 minutes left in the half. Go for it.
Trying to see if he can draw somebody offside. Went with a hard count that time. Nobody moved.
There's a flag now.
And delay a game. Now they'll punt.
Well,
That'll back it up 5. It'll be 4th and 10.
Well, that strategy came back to bite them, Dave, as you mentioned. Crawford with the hard count trying to catch some Lincoln players slacking, and he ended up getting a delay game instead. So going to be a punt here.
Right, punt formation. Back to receive, that is Parker Barnett. Punt formation, line of scrimmage is the 40, 4th and 10. 4:10 left to go in the first half. 7-0 Cardinal. Oh, almost blocked, got it away. Barnett's going to let it bounce, fields it, and going to be hammered.
Yeah, that's right. And it was Parker Barnett on the reception. After one bounce, he got it, and it looks like they're saying they thought it was a fumble, but I want to say it's still Lincoln possession here.
Boy, that takes a lot of guts to field that ball. He did, and there were 3 men right there on him.
He got clobbered by a sea of black jerseys there. That was 3 or 4 different players on Mountainside that stopped him.
All right, the Cardinal need to put together a drive.
We got 4 minutes.
And there is an offsides by McDaniel. Number 71 that time jumped the snap way inside Eric Hoover.
Discipline's a big thing in football, and so far both teams have been really, had their fair share of penalties in this game so far, Dave.
Fair share is an understatement. Both these teams not being able to put together any kind of a drive because of the penalties. First and 5 from the 35. And that play goes nowhere. That's going to lose those 5 yards they picked up.
That was a massive tackle from Eric Hoover there.
Gordon on the carry, and he loses 5. Elwood had a carry of 23 yards, now loses 5 on that one. Net 18 on 2 carries. Conrad Kelsey checks in.
Second and 8, ball in 32. As we spoke about before, Dave, Lincoln still has plenty of time to try to get a drive going.
Lone setback, trip receivers left. Oh, what's the call here? There's a flag. Delay a game. How many is that of those? 3?
I mean, if you're talking about overall in the game, at least 3 or 4, but just on Lincoln, I think that's their second.
Wow. All right, second half, somebody needs to sneak down there and take those whistles away from the referee. Eldridge wants to throw, rolls right, looks, under pressure, gonna throw. Wow, throw that one away. Nobody was open, and he wisely threw that one away on the right sideline.
He tried to find an open man, but no one was there, and he just had to throw it out of bounds, and he took the hit there after that throwaway pass.
Eldridge is 0 of 6.
Despite the fact that Eldridge hasn't been able to convert throwing the ball tonight, he's done a pretty solid job of running the ball.
All right, we're joined by cameraman Steve Roberts. Steve.
Steve, what's up?
will get you those great shots. Right now, the great shots are all penalties. 3rd and 13 from the 27. There's a flag. No gain, going to lose yardage.
I mean, yeah, it was Togni on the carry, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be brought back anyways because of the penalty. So very intrigued to see what this call is going to be. As you mentioned, Dave, right after you said that, the referee literally threw his flag 2 seconds after you said the highlight of the game was the penalty so far.
It looked to me like the referee threw the flag before the play ever started. He's thinking, well, here comes the play. Let's throw the flag. And I'm not trying to be vindictive or to criticize them because they're watching the play, and you got to call the penalties.
Looks like the penalty was declined, and it's going to be
right. That's what I would have done because it lost yardage anyway. But now it's 4th and 13. It's at the Lincoln 22-yard line. 4th and 13.
I believe it's I guess, yeah. I think that 22 is right. I think that they just forgot to edit the clock or change the clock because it was
the scoreboard. They
22 is right. 22 is right.
Yeah, it's at the 22, 4th and 13. Rickard set to punt. Returner standing at the 45, McDaniel 45. Rickard, a high snap over his head, and that's going to go. I think he stepped out of bounds. Did he get that kick away before he stepped out?
I want to say he barely kept his foot in bounds, but it was hard to tell from this angle, Dave. From my angle, it looks like he barely kept his heel was about 1 inch away from stepping out, but he punted it away miraculously. Wow. But I'm very interested to see what the flag, surprise, big shocker, another flag there.
The snap was at the 22, went over Rickard's head. He went back, fielded it about 8 yards deep in the end zone, took a couple of steps back. His foot was like, Jack said, maybe an inch from the line. Half an inch.
Been half an inch.
But he got a kick away all the way out. The flag went down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Referee is signaling penalty against McDaniel. We may kick this one again. No.
Referee still trying to situate this. Looks like they're still trying to. Oh, now the ball is going back.
Right. The chain gang moved one way, then moved the other way. Now they put the chain down. 1st and 10. Now they're going to go the other way. Again, boy, chain gang is earning their pay.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that penalty was on McDaniel. Is that right? No. That penalty was on Lincoln.
Yeah, it was on Lincoln.
The ball is at the 37. Pitch back and hit in the backfield for a loss.
Oh, looked like he fumbled too.
And a fumble. That was number 9 on the carry, and that's Jake Brewer. He fumbled. Let's see who has the ball. It's going to be a loss. What a strange turn of events that time. The penalty wound up being on McDaniel. Backed it up 5 yards was it started 1st and 10 at the 32. Now the ball is at the 37. It was a loss.
And unfortunately, Brewer appears to be injured, limping off the field. And number 16, Brandon Kyle, the senior running back, coming into the game for the Mountain Lions.
Bear with us. There's been so many penalties. It's been hard to figure it out sometimes, but that one resulted in a 5-yard penalty. It's now wants to throw. Crawford on the outside. Oh, that's going to be way too far. Togni picked it off. Here comes Emmett back. He has blockers. And all the way back out to the 35-yard line. He picked that off. Down around the 5. Out jumped the receiver.
There he is again, Dave. None other than Emmett Togni. As we mentioned before, very versatile player, but able to do it on both sides of the field. That time, he made a big interception, read it perfectly, and he caught it or intercepted it at about the 10-yard line. Got about a 20-yard gain all the way up to, looks like they're going to spot it at the 31, Dave. What a play from Togni, as Lincoln's going to get another chance to try to extend their lead now.
3rd turnover of the game for McDaniel. 2 pass interceptions, one by Togni, one by Rank, 1 fumble loss. Cardinal now. They have 1:08 to work with. They lead 7-0. The ball's on the 31-yard line. Need a big play. Eldridge rolls left, throws, complete. First completion of the game for the Cardinal.
That was
Gordon.
Yeah, that was Gordon on the reception there for a 9-yard gain. Going to move the chains. Ball's all the way up to the 40-yard line now. 51 seconds remaining in this half, Dave. Lincoln still with plenty of time on the clock to maybe get a field goal or potentially a score.
51 seconds. 7-0. Cardinal lead. 51 seconds halftime. The ball is at, well, it's at the 40, but I didn't see a flag. The referees are talking. What are they talking about?
Referee's still talking this one over. I'm also unsure what they're deciding here, Dave.
Well, I didn't see a flag, and they haven't marched off any yardage. Right. All right. It's 2nd and 1. Maybe they were looking at the spot on that. Eldridge to throw. Throws underneath. Complete. And out to the 48-yard line. A first down. Complete to Reverman.
Nice gain from Reverman there. Lincoln moving their way up the field. Really just trying to get into field goal territory with 44 seconds remaining in this first half, Dave.
Gain of 8, 1st and 10 at the 47. Eldridge wants to throw underneath, complete to Reverman. Reverman still in bounds, needs to get out. Oh, and down to the 25. 28 yards on the completion to Reverman.
I think they might say he stepped out earlier. And well, it appears that he actually didn't step out. So great stuff from Reverman there with his being able to stay in bounds and get the extra 6 yards or so.
Right. Now they're in field goal range for Rickard. It's 1st and 10. The ball is at the 25.
So 31 seconds on the clock. Timeout, Dave, as I think right now Lincoln plotting to score here. But if they don't score, as you mentioned, they're going to have to get the ball out of bounds.
You know, Eldridge didn't have a completion. Now in his last 3 passes, he's 3 of 3 for 45 yards.
Yeah, fantastic display of events here, especially. Great stuff from Eldridge as he's been able to not only have a couple QB runs earlier in this game, but some great passes and just fantastic offense from the Cardinals as they've been able to move the ball all the way up to the 25 now. As we mentioned, Dave, now they're in field goal range, able to try to get those 3 points if they can't convert here. But Lincoln, they're really trying to go for 6 here, Dave.
2 good catches by Reverman. 1 for 8, 1 for 28. 1st and 10 at the 25, 31 seconds. Togney behind Eldridge. Receivers wide left and right, slot left. Referee blows the whistle.
Another timeout.
Somebody hasn't signaled a timeout. Well, obviously there is a timeout.
Mountain Lions want to talk this one over yet again.
Maybe this is a timeout for you and I.
Yeah.
This is a broadcast timeout. While we got timeout, I want to tell you about Evolution Salon. Evolution Hair Design, Portland's best kept secret, celebrating 30 years of keeping Portland beautiful. Located across the street from the home of the Cardinals. Are you ready to evolve your style? Evolution Hair Designs is now accepting new clients. Cardinal trying to put some more points on the board. First and 10 at 25, 31 seconds.
Yeah, 31 seconds left. Lincoln still has plenty of time to make something happen in this first half, Dave.
Eldridge wants to throw, rolls left, looks. He should keep that. He does keep it. Turns inside and gets out of bounds. He was still trying to get the pass away, and he saw it far better than I did.
Gain of 5, they say, as we just spoke about. Eldridge decided to go for the run, but he committed to it a little bit too late, in my opinion. If he committed to the run earlier, could have gotten a much larger gain there, but he still got 5 yards.
Not only that, he got 5 yards and he got out of bounds.
That's right. So great stuff from Eldridge. Fantastic awareness, being able to get the ball out of bounds and stop the clock. And Lincoln's still trying to cook something up and get a score here.
Well, when they marked that ball, they actually gave Eldridge 9 yards. It's second down and 1 from the 16. Over the middle, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Reverman.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I think it looked like he crossed the line, but the referees.
Oh, I thought he crossed the line. He got pushed back.
Over. I think they're going to call it down at the 1.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it should be down at the 1. At the 2, they say.
14 yards on the completion to Reverman. Reverman now 50 yards receiving on 3 catches. I thought he was standing in the end zone, but he got hit and pushed back, and he's at the 1.
And then he got stripped, but they called the play dead before that occurred. So the referee's going to call this ball dead at the 2-yard line, Dave. Another timeout here.
Another timeout.
That's right.
Now, I think maybe you go to Tockney on a blast play. 7-0 Cardinal, 12 seconds left to go in the half. First and goal at the 1.
Get a couple extra blockers for him. Just throw Togney right down the middle. I agree. That would be a great play call. But you never know. So we'll see what they're going to do here.
Get maybe 2 tight ends in the game. Get a fullback ahead of Togney.
Well, originally they said it was 2 yards away from the goal line. Now they say ball's on the 1.
Or even Eldridge, just if he sees a hole there right over the center,
just dive.
Take it. He did. He's ahead. And that's a touchdown. Eldridge on the keeper for the touchdown.
Outstanding stuff from Liam Eldridge here as he has revitalized Lincoln in this game. They really started off super slow. Now they got a 2 touchdown lead.
The time on that, 8 seconds till halftime. Rickard in for the point after touchdown, the left-footed kicker. The snap down, the kick is up, and it is no good. Eight seconds left to go in the half. Our score, Lincoln 13, McDaniel nothing.
Well, as we spoke about before, Eldridge wasn't that accurate throwing the ball in the first quarter and opening up this game, but he's really seems a lot more comfortable and composed now as Lincoln's offense has been able to do a lot more ever since this recent sequence of events. The past 4 minutes, Lincoln has had a lot of things happen, including a touchdown and a couple big gains. And now they're just trying to go into this half without giving up any points.
You know, Eldridge was 0-6. Now he's 4 for 10, so he completed 4 in a row and 59 yards on those completions. When the Cardinal needed Liam Eldridge to be on the mark, he's right on the mark. And then snuck that ball in. Well, I shouldn't say snuck it in. He dove in.
Yeah, it seemed like instead of diving, he really just charged his way through the line and made it happen.
Hey, Sally. Sarah.
Rickard for the kickoff.
Can you hand me that roster?
Rickard, a senior. waiting for them to set the ball down for Ricker. 13-0, Cardinal lead.
I wouldn't be too surprised if he went for a squib kick here, which is
Oh, no.
basically where you kick the ball and let it bounce a bunch. Because if he does let it land into the hands of the receiver, then he could just try to run it back more, but we'll see what he does.
Keep it on the ground and make them run the time off the clock, and they do the opposite. A kick high up in the air, fielded at the 10, out to the 15, out to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, midfield, 40, 30, 20. Oh, and knocked out of bounds. Oh, my goodness, clock ran out, too.
Oh, wow. Well, just as we spoke about, Dave, nobody probably expected that, but as I mentioned, that's what Lincoln was probably secretly afraid of or didn't realize, is that when you kick the ball off with 20 seconds or less, it gives the other team a chance to run it all the way back down. But if you do a squib kick and let it bounce a few times, it's much harder for them to receive it. So very interesting play there, but it looks like number 7, that was Dante Stidham Jr. with the run. He got halted at the 12-yard line, tackled, and he dove at the 5. That was almost a touchdown, Dave.
He was trying to stay in bounds, and he got hit by right down by the end. The bad part about that for McDaniel, those 8 seconds he was running, he covered 80 yards in 8 seconds.
He was running for his life there, and I really was surprised, as I mentioned, that Lincoln went for that deep kick, because when you kick it straight to a player like that, especially a speedy one like Stidham Jr., they have the ability. People have the ability to run the ball all the way back down, especially if you got a player that's that quick, But unfortunately, or fortunately for the Cardinals, he didn't score there. So the Lincoln Cardinals catch a big break there, Dave.
All right, here's the scoring in the first quarter. One score, Lincoln scored. That got 9:37 at the start of the game. A 10-yard run by Evan Togney. The point after touchdown by Lance Ricker was good. It was 7-0. The score then in the second quarter, Cardinal got on the board with 8 seconds left to go in the half. A 1-yard run by Liam Eldridge. The point after touchdown by Lance Ricker was not good. It's 13-0. Lincoln kicked off. The kickoff was almost ran back for a touchdown, going out at the 5-yard line. And that's where we are at the half. Let me give you some stats quickly. Togney, 1 carry, 10 yards. Gordon carried 2 carries, 18 yards. Eldridge, 4 carries, 28 yards. Eldridge, 4-10 passing for 59 yards. I'll look real quickly at McDaniel. And Crawford is 5 of 11 passing, but 2 interceptions, and a total of 8 yards on those 4 completions. So we're going to take a break here at halftime. We'll come back with a couple of minutes to go before the start of the second half. Our score here at McDaniel High School in PIL action at halftime, it is the Lincoln Cardinal 13, the McDaniel Mountain Lions nothing. We'll be back for the start of the second half.
I don't know if they're going to say yes.
These are the outstanding individuals who have been nominated by the peers to represent the senior class on the homecoming court. Now the nominees all the way over. The announcement of the 2023 homecoming court. Drum roll, please. Our first homecoming royalty for 2023 is Hall and Jack McArthur. Congratulations, Augie. And now, our next royalty for 2023 is Hall and Jack. Congratulations, let's give a big round of applause for 2023 homecoming royalty, Bonnie and Olive. Thank you all for joining us tonight for McDaniel Homecoming of 2023. We want to see all the McDaniels who have APM for our homecoming. Now, one last thing, let's continue to cheer for our Carolinas.
Welcome back to McDaniel High School. It's football time on Friday night. We're bringing you PIL action, the opener for both of these teams for PIL action. And we feature the Lincoln Cardinal. Cardinal are 0-2 on the season. 2 tough losses to Bend and Newburgh. The Mountain Lions are 1-1, a loss to South Eugene and a win over Putnam. We're here at halftime, about a minute and a half till the start of the second half. Score, Lincoln 13 and McDaniel nothing. A score in the first quarter on a 10-yard touchdown run by Matogny. A score just before halftime for the Cardinal on a 1-yard run. The quarterback dive up the middle for Liam Eldridge. The point after touchdown was missed, and that's why it's 13-0. I want to tell you about one of our great sponsors, and that's Friendly House. Friendly House is a nonprofit community center and social service organization serving Portland since 1930. Join us on October 14th. That's October 14th at Wallace Park from noon to 2 for our free community kettle event featuring delicious free soup and activities. Connect with your community at fhpdx.org. Jack?
Well, very interesting first half, as we spoke about before, Dave. Lincoln with a pretty commanding 13-0 lead, but it's really anybody's game right now, a 2-possession game. And a really interesting thing that I thought was quite outstanding was, despite the fact that the Mountain Lions didn't score near the end of that first half, they literally ran the ball all the way to the 5-yard line, and that was quite literally yards away from the game being a 1-possession game. So that was very interesting. I mean, obviously, interested to see how the Mountain Lions are going to utilize Dante Stidham Jr. I mean, obviously, it seems like he'd be good not only on special teams, but seems like he'd be a good running back or maybe receiver to hit offensively. But Lincoln played a pretty fantastic game. Despite Eldridge's slow start, he picked it up, found a couple quick targets, which were mostly Gordon and Reverman. He also hit a couple other players that were open, but himself, obviously, Eldridge, he had quite a first half of his own, as he had a lot of rushing yards. He had that rushing touchdown, and Lincoln has been doing it on both sides of the ball, Dave.
Eldridge with 4 completions on his last 4 passes, 1 to Gordon and 3 to Reverman. The interesting thing about that kickoff is this. That was the longest play of the game. Second, there were no penalties on that.
Wow, that is pretty remarkable when you put that into perspective. Yeah, all that action, no penalties, man.
No penalties.
Where are the penalties, man? I mean, now we're disappointed at this point. They're giving us penalties left and right, and when we don't get one, that's when we are shocked, at least for this game. It's kind of like the game against Newburgh. Lincoln versus Newburgh last week when there was just so many penalties, it was just really hard to count, Dave.
Another one of our great sponsors is Selco. It was founded by educators in 1936. Selco Community Credit Union is committed to serving our community and being a trusted financial advocate. Whatever a good life means to you, they want to help you get there. Stop by their Forest Park branch on Northwest Thurman to learn more. Well, we're set. Lincoln kicked off to start this game, so it will be McDaniel on the kickoff.
Still anybody's game right now, as I just mentioned, 2-possession game. Very interested to see how the second half goes, as Mountainside's still in this ball game.
We had a long halftime. It was homecoming here at McDaniel. Well, before they kick off, they're going to have to get the clock right because it currently shows 55 seconds. If they're going to run this down, we got to wait about a minute for the start.
Seems like they're just going to run it down, give the players a little bit more time to stretch as the kicker's doing so. Looks like 22, Dominic Lopez, the kicker for the Mountain Lions.
Head coach Cody Schnaffer for the Lincoln Cardinal. Head coach Russell Millage for the McDaniel Mountain Lions.
Coming into this game, Lincoln winless with a 0-2 record as McDaniel 1-1. So Lincoln with a 13-0 lead right now, but I'm really excited to see how the second half plays out.
Yep, we're going to run this down. 5 more seconds and we'll get the kickoff. Now, McDaniel moves up to the 35-yard line. Get the kick underway. Referee will give the ball to the kicker. Let's see, I'm trying to see who that is deep for Lincoln. Do you see the number?
From my angle, looks like number 8, A.J. Reverman, but I could be wrong.
McDaniel is having a little bit of confusion about what line they need to be on. The ball's sitting on the 40, and they ran up to the 40. Now they realize they're going to move back. We don't need a procedure penalty to start the second half.
That's right.
That'd be very ominous.
Interested to see how many penalties are in the second half too, Dave. We'll see.
Maybe you should start keeping track.
Hey, I should, honestly. I'll do it.
All right. Start of the third quarter, 13-0. Lincoln leads, looking for the first win of the season. Kick is away. And fielded by an up back.
Yeah, it was fielded by 11, Cameron Rank there.
Rank with the interception in the first half brings that ball all the way out. I think it's in the 40s.
It was bolted right into his chest, and he just took off. And as you mentioned, could be a little bit past the 40.
Actually, they're going to spot it right there at the 34-yard line. First and 10 Lincoln at the 34. They lead 13-0 underway here in the second half.
I believe it's 44.
You're right, 44. Yep. Draw play up the middle.
Togney on the run.
Togney gets, well, he's at the 44 and he's out to the, they're going to spot that at the 50. Just inside the 50, so give Togney. Well, let's see here.
He's going to spot at the 52, it appears. Gain of 8.
There is no 52.
Oh, excuse me, I'm tweaking right now. 48, excuse me. I'm just tired right now. It's 48, 8-yard gain. I got to correct myself.
We're not playing Canadian football.
No. That's okay. We've been confusing each other all night long. You know, you got the Madison, Mountainside. You got a lot of M's going on here, Dave, and obviously.
That's a carry, and that's a first down.
As broadcasters, our goal is to keep each other accountable. We just have to be able to, sometimes it happens, man.
All right, so it is a first down. The ball is on the 45, straight ahead, dives inside. That's going to pick up about 2.
Looks like he went down at the 40, or excuse me, 38 or 42 or so. Yeah,
Gordon
42.
on the carry.
And they're going to place it on the 43.
So got 2 for Elwood Gordon. Second down and 8. And a whistle stops that play.
Yeah, they handed it off to 45. Richler Piersnick, the senior, as he's going to come off the field. He was wrapped up by 71. Eric Hoover, the nose guard, he's been pretty active tonight.
Piersnick on the carry. It's at the McDaniel 45. It's first and 10. So that last play wasn't a play. Snap to Eldridge, rolls right, looks. He's out of bounds.
He tried to play it to Elwood Gordon right through his fingertips. As you mentioned, incomplete. Lincoln's going to appears to be 4th and 10.
All right, I was wrong before that last play. That was short. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. It's now 4th and 10. 4th and 10 from the 45. Let's see what the Cardinal are going to do here.
Now they're bringing out the punt team, it seems like.
Well, let's see what happens because the last 2 snaps to Ricker have been not where he wanted them.
That's right. First one was too low, bounced a couple times. Second one was too high, and it went over his head.
And yet he managed to get both of them away. There's another high one, pulls it down, gets the kick away. Driving kick, bounces, caught. Oh, I'm surprised he took that on the bounce. Here comes a play to the outside and tackled. Oh my goodness, what a tackle that time by number 21, Kai Lindsay.
The freshman with a massive tackle, hyping up the crowd and his teammates here.
You know, you're a ball carrier and you think you're going to jump over somebody and they drive into your legs. It's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Lindsay with a good tackle that time. So it's going to be 1st and 10 McDaniel at the 23-yard line. First offensive possession of the second half for the Mountain Lion.
Mountain Lions still looking for their first points of the evening. 9:47 remaining in the third quarter. Lincoln still with a 13-0 lead.
Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right. No running back. Now we have motion and now we have a whistle. Is that too long?
Yeah, it's delay a game on offense, so another penalty.
We'll back it up again. From my recollection, that might be 4, 2 on each team.
In this half of the game, probably this half right here.
Jack's going to keep penalties. He'll let us know when he gets to 20. To throw, Crawford on the outside, complete out to the 45. Nice throw by Crawford, right on the money.
What a catch there. That was Jack Brewer able to reel it in on the Jake Brewer able to rule it in on the big gain there. It's going to give him a first down. Ball is placed on the 45, Dave.
23-yard completion from Crawford to, who did we say?
Brewer.
Brewer. Incompletion that time. Intended down about the 35-yard line. Crawford trying to get the ball on the right side that time. Looked like it was intended for Dominic Lopez. 2nd and 10. Crawford under pressure, drops straight back, now steps up in the pocket and breaks free. Oh, all the way down. All the way down to the 40. Gets 13, Crawford does.
Nice gain there from Crawford. Doing it yet again, a QB keeper. Doing it on his own there, Dave. Another QB keepers. He's just been moving the chains on his own.
Stepped up in the pocket, saw there was an opening, pulled it down, cut off to the left and went out of bounds, but a 13-yard gain. Crawford has a 13-yard run and a 23-yard pass completion on this drive. That's probably more offense than they had the whole first half.
Yeah, they didn't have much offense in that first half.
Are we coming back?
Yeah, looks like another
penalty.
Yeah, that's the third penalty of the half, and that's against McDaniel.
Takes the ball back all the way to the 43-yard line of McDaniel. It's 1st and 25. Steps up in the pocket again. Crawford got loose. Look out. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 15.
Another massive gain from Crawford there. We talked about his athletic ability and how fast he is, he really can run the ball on his own whenever he wants to. And that time he saw the opening and was able to get out of bounds in time. And
I'm impressed.
Held on to it.
Crawford twice now looked downfield, stepped up in the pocket and pulled it down for a run. It's 2nd and 12 at the 45 of Lincoln. High snap, Crawford under pressure and breaks free. He was going to be sacked that time for a loss of about 15. Instead, he cuts it down to about 7.
Yeah, super high snap too, and he was able to maintain possession, and he was really calm and collected under pressure, and he ran the ball up and got stuffed, obviously, but it's, you know, McDaniel should be relieved that they didn't have a big loss there, Dave.
McDaniel doing a good job dropping back, seeing pressure, stepping up at the pocket. But it's now 3rd and 17. The ball right at the 50.
They're going to go for a deep play here.
Another high snap, throws underneath, complete at the 50, under pressure, turns back outside, got blockers, look out. And going to run that, won't get the first down, but wow. All the way sideline to the other sideline. Ran 30 yards, but all sideways, but still.
Yeah, quite a play from Decarrion Martin, the junior, number 17 for McDaniel there. Quite literally, Dave, sideline to sideline, went from the right to the left. Didn't see an opening, just saw white shirts, and he veered his way all the way around to that left side, and it's going to be 4th and 2, seems like, and it looks like another penalty, Dave.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle. It was going to be 4th and 2. That gets the first down, 15 yards on the penalty. 1st and 10, the ball is going to be at the 21.
Right outside of the, McDaniel with possession, right outside of the red zone. Drastic turn of events here. Both teams with 3 penalties, Dave, in this half.
Tough penalty. Snap to Crawford. Turns back inside. He does that little rollout to the right, steps inside, and now cuts it off to the left side, out of bounds, but he may have a first down.
And he does have a first down, it looks like.
Wow. The Mountain Lions on the move.
As Crawford helps his team get into the red zone. Huge chance for the Mountain Lions here, Dave. So it looks like a 10-yard gain for Crawford there. Ball in the 11. Deep in the red zone now. Huge chance for the Mountain Lions to capitalize here. They're really just trying to get any points on the board, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. They're just trying to get something going as they trail by 13 here.
1st and 10 from the 11. Handoff straight ahead. Now cuts it to the outside. Turns the corner close. Down inside the 5. To the 3.
Crawford with the keeper yet again. Nice play from him. Went out to the outside, saw the opening, used his speed to escape the defense, and had a nice little spin move there to grant him an extra yard as it's 1st and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line, Dave.
Well, it was 1st and 10 at the 11. Chains must have been wrong. It's 1st and goal. They say from the 3. Tremarion Crawford has taken this game into his own hands. It is 1st and goal, though.
He has at least 30-plus rushing yards just on this drive alone. He's done his thing, and let's see if he can capitalize, Dave. Another flag.
Another flag. Delay a game. Too long. My goodness, that's the 5th one.
I could be wrong, but I believe that McDaniel has 4 penalties, Lincoln has 3, but I'm not quite sure if I'm correct with that. But another penalty here.
All right, so it's 1st and goal, and the ball is at the 8. Cardinal picked up 3 of the turnovers in the first half. Let's see if we can get one here. Rolling left under pressure and tackled. Great defensive play by the Cardinal.
Yeah, that was number 1, Conrad Kelsey, the big senior, with a great stop for the Cardinals. He's trying to hold.
2-yard loss.
Trying to hold McDaniel here.
So it is 2nd and goal from the 10.
That's McDaniel's first loss in a while, as when the ball went back just before that play, it was because of a penalty, not an actual, play where they lost yards. There's so many penalties in this game, Dave. It's unbelievable.
The throw, it's going to be way high. Incomplete.
Looks like a Lincoln player is slow to get up. He looks seriously hurt.
So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 10. Is that let's see, that's a Cardinal player, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's I want to say that's number 8, A.J. Riverman.
Well, let's don't guess until we see.
Yeah, I mean, before he went down, it looked like 8. It looks like number 8.
All right, he's kind of sitting up. Here's where we are, 5:35 left to go in the 3rd. Our score, Lincoln 13, McDaniel nothing. It is 3rd and goal from the 10, Reverman up.
Yeah, it's Reverman. Good to see that he's all right. It seemed like he was dealing with a leg injury. Maybe some cramps.
That's what I thought. I thought it was cramps, but he's up and he's walking. Reverman's had a big game so far in that first half. He caught 3 balls for 50 yards. Are we marching off another penalty?
I believe so.
And there's the call,
grounding.
intentional grounding.
That's,
and that's a, not only is that a penalty, that's a loss of down. Now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that's McDaniel's 5th penalty of this half compared to Lincoln's 3.
And McDaniel wants to take a timeout. Timeout on the field, 5:35 left to go in the 3rd. 13-0 Cardinal lead. I want to tell you about Premier Jets. Premier Jets specializes in worldwide service and has experience visiting nearly every port of the world. We provide fast worldwide transport service to 6 continents, including all Pacific Islands. Our services include an air ambulance, on-demand cargo, or charter flights. That's Premier Jets. So where the ball is, it's at the I believe they're spotting it at the 17-yard line. It's 4th and goal. See, trip receiver, no trip, 4 receivers to the left. Lincoln wants to take a timeout.
Wow,
When you get in that situation, it's better to figure out who's going to cover who than let something go.
Yeah, Lincoln, they wanted to check out McDaniel's offensive alignment to make sure they were prepared for it. As the real question is, Dave, what do you call that? I know that when there's 3 receivers or tight ends or 3 players to the left or the right of the main line of scrimmage, it's trips left or trips right. But what do you call that? Quad left?
Has to be. That's quads
left.
left.
Got to be quad left, yeah.
Wow.
Or quads left. If you call it trips right, quads right. I mean, that's very interesting, but I'm very intrigued to see if McDaniel sticks with that, Dave.
The first time they did it, they lined it up and one of those went in motion. I don't think they're going to go with that. I think they're going to change it. Let's see. Nope. There's 4 receivers headed out there.
Well, quads left here for McDaniel. They're just stacking on top of each other, Dave.
I just see one of the receivers put his hands like, what am I doing? Here we go. Crawford, the quarterback. High snap, under pressure, got to let it go. He does to the outside. Jump. Caught. Is he inbounds? No.
Wow, referee calls him out as the receiver. That's number 7, Deontay Stidham Jr. Can't believe the call, rightfully so.
Wow.
As referee calls it out of bounds, Dave.
You know, they ran 4 receivers to the left. The play went to the right to the lone receiver was out there. He was standing in the end zone, jumped. His momentum carried him out of bounds. Didn't get any feet down. And that's a turnover. Well, the ball turnover on downs to the Cardinal. What a break.
Yeah, what a break for the Cardinals is right. We call that a trick play as McDaniel had 4 receivers stacked on the left side of the ball, and then they ended up throwing it to the right. They were really just trying to catch Lincoln off guard there, and they did so, but unable to capitalize.
What it got them was one-on-one coverage on the right.
That's right.
There's a run up the middle, short gain. Gordon on the carry. I'm sorry, that's actually Pisnick on the carry. Pisnick on the carry.
Well, Lincoln calls timeout here.
Lincoln takes the timeout. No gain on that. 5:04 left to go in the third, 13-0. Lincoln leads. One of our great sponsors is Bio Lounge. Bio Lounge is a Northwest Portland functional medical clinic who partners with patients to support their unique health goals, whether aiming to treat a condition, prevent chronic disease, or optimize health. Our highly trained providers leverage the latest in scientific research and technology to provide exceptional care and outcomes. We believe health is a lifetime journey and are proud to support the Lincoln football team. .504 left to go in the third. 13-0 Lincoln. Lincoln with the ball. Second down and 10.
Another penalty.
Yet
again.
This penalty is on.
It's going to be on McDaniel.
Oh, and it's a 15-yarder on McDaniel.
That's their 6th penalty of this half, Dave.
This is a dead ball 15-yard foul. It has to be. Has to be personal foul of some kind. I hadn't snapped the ball.
And that's McDaniel's 6th penalty this half. Lincoln only has 3 right now in this half.
And the ball is at the 32. First down now. Eldridge with the ball, tries to get to the outside. Did he hand it off?
Looks like a fumble.
McDaniel is saying that's a fumble.
Yeah,
it is.
It is a fumble recovered by the Mountain Lions as a Lincoln player is slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay.
And that is the first turnover of the game for Lincoln. McDaniel has 3. Yikes. First down, McDaniel. There was a penalty on Lincoln. It was an illegal motion. Of course, declined. Lions will get the ball first and 10 at the Lincoln 32.
Well, as you mentioned, Lincoln's first turnover of the night, Dave. Lincoln's been very disciplined in this match so far. They've done a great job of staying resilient and not turning the ball over until now, as it looks like that's 63. Cullen Odell sample the junior limping off the field for Lincoln. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
We've played 2 hours, and we're midway through the third quarter. That's starting to get long for a high school game, and the reason for that, so many penalties.
You're not wrong.
All right, this time we're going to be looking at receivers, wide left and right, slot left and right. Trey Crawford, the quarterback, has played well. The high snap, pulls it down under pressure, throws, incomplete. Boy, he was hit. He was under heavy pressure. Hit, goes down, just did get the ball away.
Yeah, he was hit real hard by 56. That is Leonardo Coriani, the freshman, the hard hitter. Big stop there.
Boy, he got a great rush right up the middle. Leonardo Coriani.
Seems like Crawford's trying to limp it off. He's slowly walking around here. Hopefully he's okay. Seems like he is.
2nd and 10. 4 receivers to the left. One to the right. Went to the right the last time. There's a whistle flag.
What else is new?
All right. Motion on McDaniel.
Illegal motion on McDaniel. That is McDaniel's 7th penalty of this half. Not game, half, as Lincoln has 4. We spoke about this before, but penalties have really halted and limited both of these squads so far.
8 minutes, we've had 11 penalties.
It's unbelievable. Wow.
Quad receivers to the left. Lone, and in the backfield is the quarterback, Crawford. High snap, pulls it down, wants to throw, pulls it down, pulls up the middle, and hit. Just standing there waiting for him. 56 that time, and that's Coriani again. Wow, he's been a stalwart in the middle.
Yeah, no kidding. Coriani, the freshman with an elite stop there, as he is not the only freshman that has made a difference on this Lincoln squad. There are multiple freshmen that have made a difference, including Kai Lindsay and a couple others.
But yeah, Lindsay especially.
Yeah.
So it is 3rd down and 13.
And we're going to slow things up real quick as there's another injury on the field. Not sure who that is, but hopefully he's going to be okay. Well, Dave, 2 very common themes in this game so far. Injuries and penalties.
He's up, I think. Let's see.
And that is number 1, Conrad Kelsey, the senior.
You know, like I said, I'm not a doctor and I don't know, but those look like cramps to me. You know, warm nights. But it is 3rd down and 13 from the 35. Cardinal need another stop. (13-0). Lincoln leads. 4:32 left in the 3rd. Receivers wide left and right in the slot to the left this time. Snap. Crawford going to throw long on the outside. Up. Incomplete. Great defensive effort back there by Brotherton.
And we had a great effort by Lincoln's defense. Brotherton with a great job there. Dakarion Martin, the junior for the Mountain Lions, spilled that one, unable to retain possession. And it's going to bring up 4th here, Dave.
Crawford is 8 for 17 and 2 interceptions.
Despite the fact that Crawford hasn't done a great job throwing the ball tonight, he knows how to run the ball, Dave.
Well, I see he's got an arm. He can throw it. 4th and 13 from the 35.
That last one was right on the money.
Receivers wide left and right, slot left. Pressure again. May get to the 1st down. No, I believe he's going to be short. I believe it's going to go over to the Cardinal. Let's see.
He looked about 2 yards short.
He looked a couple of yards short. It is. He's short.
Well, brilliant effort there by Crawford on the keeper there.
He needed 12. He got 10.
Yeah,
just short.
Good effort. A little bit short.
I'll tell you what, Jack.
Yeah.
The Cardinal defense is really dodging the bullets, aren't they?
there's just so many chances that the Mountain Lions have had, and they've been unable to capitalize. But on top of that, all these penalties, Dave.
We played 8 minutes. The Cardinal have not been into McDaniel territory.
No, they haven't.
Eldridge. Here comes the sweep play to the left, turns inside. Not going to get anywhere. Got maybe one. Togney for a yard.
Togney with the short gain there on the nice sweep play. Sweep play as the Cardinals trying to extend their lead with 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter, Dave, as the Mountain Lions have had so many chances, just unable to capitalize.
Need a long drive and a score at the end of it. Quick hitter up the middle. That might get 3.
And that was Richler Piersnick, the senior, once again on another short carry for the Cardinals. As they love running the ball, Dave, and they've been doing that.
All right, so it is actually 3rd and 8.
No penalty that time, but there's some sort of injury happening. Looks like 21, that is Cole Kolpak, the sophomore. Hopefully he's okay.
Now he is limping off the field.
Yeah. When he hit the ground, hopefully he'll be all right. He's going to get attended to.
Third and 8, the ball at the 29. Clock running.
And unfortunately for McDaniel, looks like their starting QB, Crawford, is being attended to as well. Hopefully he's okay.
Eldridge underneath, complete, and gets out. It's going to have a first down. All the way out, almost to the 50, a 20-yard pickup. A lot of that on his own.
Yeah.
Togney for 20.
A sizable gain there from Togney. Gain of 8 is what the PA announcer said, as looked like he was going to be stopped at the 45. And
Did he say 8?
Or,
well, the ball was at the 29, and now
18,
it's at the 49.
Yeah, I guess he said.
So I'm going to give him 20.
Gain of 20.
All right, just what the Cardinal need. Let's see if we can get into McDaniel territory. 2:40 left to go in the third. Motion. Hands it off, turns inside. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's Gordon. Elwood Gordon.
Gordon's been pretty active tonight.
Gordon has a pass catch, and he has 5 rushes
and
for 20 yards.
And now he's limping off the field. Hopefully he's okay. Both teams have been plagued by injuries so far in this game, Dave. And penalties. Injuries and penalties. There's been lots of both of those thus far.
A couple of players check out, a couple of players check in. One of them checking in is Enzo Oxford. 2nd and 10. All right, clock running now. Straight ahead on a blast play.
That was Piersnick on the carry there.
Piersnick gets, let's see here, 7. Third down.
3rd and 3 with 1:30 remaining in the third quarter.
3rd and 3. 1:25 to go in the quarter. 13-0 Lincoln leads. Finally into McDaniel territory. First time this quarter. Oh, no gain. Togney loses 1, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 4 here.
So it's 4th and 4.
They're contemplating, the Cardinals were contemplating their decision here, but now they're committing to the punt. So
Lance Ricker checks in. Ricker 24. Needs a good snap here. Cardinal have had trouble with the snaps. McDaniel has had trouble with the reception on the return. Dropped one.
Well, not only the reception on the return day, but they've just had a hard time, a difficult time just catching the ball in general. They've had lots of big drops that could have resulted in massive gains or touchdowns, but they were unable to complete those plays, and that's really plagued them so far in this game. It's been tough for the Mountain Lions as they've had so many opportunities just that close to scoring multiple times. You know, first time obviously on the, near the end of the second half when I believe it was Stidham Jr. there with the run all the way from one end zone almost to the other one. He got stopped at the 5, and then recently, same player there, Stidham Jr. caught the ball, but it was out of bounds, so lots of chances.
Cardinal have 2 more road games coming up. The 29th, now that's a Thursday at Jefferson, the 21st and the 29th at Franklin. And then they'll end it with 4 straight home games. October 6th, Roosevelt, October 12th, Wells, October 20th, Grant, and October 27th, Cleveland.
Fourth and 5, they're going for it, Dave.
4th and 5, Cardinal line up, they kick it. That was the punter behind the center, kicked it, and it's going to go back in the end zone and come out to the 20. What the Cardinal did, lined the punter up behind the quarterback.
It actually was Eldridge that punted that.
Oh, was it Eldridge?
Eldridge punted that. That's why it looked a little wonky, because obviously it's very unorthodox for a quarterback to be punting the ball, so it didn't get that much hang time, but the ball went pretty far. It was a pretty solid punt despite the fact that it didn't go that high from Eldridge. Good effort.
What happened when they lined up, though, the kick returner moved up.
Yeah.
And so they were able to get that kick away. You know, maybe they don't want to take a chance on a snap that goes bad or something, but they got that away.
I wouldn't blame them.
And it went out, it went into the end zone, so it comes out to the 20. 1st and 10 for McDaniel. They trail 13-0, 25 seconds left in the third. First and 10, receivers left and right, slot left and right. Keeper, quarterback keeper, has the first down, turns it upfield, gets up to almost the 40.
Yeah, that was number 9, Jake Brewer, the senior.
They snapped it to Brewer.
I believe it's because Crawford still remains to be injured as he's being attended to on the sideline there.
Yeah, he's still down, going to take his jersey off.
Yeah, he's done for the night, it seems like. So Brewer taking over here at QB.
Whatever's going on with Crawford, they've got his jersey up and looking. And Brewer is in a quarterback. Let's see if he did a good run that time. The snap to Brewer, pulls it down. He's going to run with the ball. That time, he gets about 3.
Laid out by a Lincoln player. As what I was going to mention is that, in my opinion, I think that Crawford and Brewer are 2 very similar players, as they're both able to run the ball well, but they can also throw it. I mean, I haven't seen Brewer really throw the ball a lot, but it makes sense why they put Brewer at the quarterback position, because he can just run the ball whenever he wants to, Dave.
All right, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score as we move to the fourth quarter. Lincoln 13, McDaniel nothing. One of our great sponsors is Garfield Orthodontics, and they're celebrating 50 years of helping Portland smile. Dr. Judah is a Lincoln alum from 1992, and the entire team at Garfinkel Orthodontics are proud to support Lincoln High School and excited to help your family smile. Complimentary consultation at garfinkelortho.com. Well, I'm looking down there at Crawford. I would be doubtful if he comes back in the game, but right now Brewer seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, Brewer's doing his thing right now. As I mentioned before, he's a very versatile player, able to throw and run the ball. It seems like he has the ability to do both. Haven't really seen him throw the ball tonight, but I'm interested to see if he can throw it.
2nd and 7 at the 45. McDaniel with the ball. They trail by 13. The snap. Brewer under pressure, sacked. He held that one just too long, and Conrad Kelsey got him.
Yeah, there was again Conrad Kelsey. He's had quite a night for the Cardinals. He's been a pretty good game as he stood out to me.
You know what I've seen is the Cardinals have a great rush right up the middle.
That's right.
I mean, they're getting their pressure right up the middle. And Brewer didn't have a chance that time. Jake Brewer, and he is a senior. Receivers left and right, slot left and right, motion. Keeper, Brewer, going to be hit. Get back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Another injury, it seems like. 8-yard gain there for Brewer. He's a speedster, really quick player. In my opinion, the Mountain Lions have their fair share of quick players. The only problem is they haven't been able to score tonight, Dave.
I'm pretty sure that's a cramp. You can see when the player gets down, puts a leg up, and somebody's pushing on it. All right, he's up.
And that is 56, Leonardo Coriani. He's had some big tackles tonight, being helped off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Get over to the side, get some Gatorade. He'll be ready to go. He's played really well tonight, and he is, in fact, a freshman. So what that makes it, it's 4th and 6 from the 46. No punt formation.
Got to go for it here if you're McDaniel.
Oh, hard count. Drew a couple of Cardinal offside.
Crawford was trying to do that all game long, Dave, while he was still in the game. Unfortunately, he's injured now. But Brewer just did the exact same thing as seems
is that
like
Crawford down there throwing? Is that one?
Looks like 6 to me.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Joshawn Patterson, the freshman, is also warming up on the sideline.
Right, I don't see Crawford out on the field right now.
Crawford's right there by that Gatorade thing.
Oh, okay. So it was 4th. They marked off the penalty. Went for it. Brewer was short. Ball goes over to the Cardinal. The Cardinal have just been outstanding on defense.
Yeah, Lincoln
Love to
Cardinals.
see him pitch a shutout tonight.
I mean, definitely. Yeah, the Lincoln Cardinals have had some huge stops tonight. Their defense has been very consistent. And despite the fact they got blown out 35-0 by Newburgh last Friday, this Friday they're really showing some drastic improvement as they have a 13-0 lead with 10:37 remaining in the 4th quarter. Still a decent amount of time on the clock, but so far Lincoln's looking pretty good, and they have something. They could do something here.
All right, the snap. They're going to grind it out. Nope, they're going to throw. They're going to throw deep. Out there, incomplete.
Another flag, Dave.
Let's see what that is. Let's see if that's pass interference.
Penalty after penalty have haunted both of these teams, Dave.
It is pass interference. They're going to mark that off against McDaniel.
It's going to be a PI call.
Pass interference. It's going to take the ball all the way down to the 36-yard line. Will be 1st and 10.
That is the 8th penalty of the half for McDaniel. Lincoln with half of that amount, 4.
All right, we're ready to snap the ball. There's the snap. Eldridge, the throw. It's going to roll right. Surprisingly throws. Oh, caught. It's complete. All the way down. Let's see where they marked that.
Another flag on the play, but Togney stayed in bounds.
No, he got forward and got out of bounds, I believe.
Holding against
holding.
Lincoln. This one's coming back, Dave.
Holding against Lincoln, going to come back. Just when I thought the Cardinal were going to keep it on the ground and use up some of this clock, Eldridge comes out throwing.
Just when you thought there wasn't going
Right.
to be another penalty, there's another one. It's a shocker, right? Like, that's just amazing how many penalties there are in this game. I mean, I really thought last game it was a record number. It was like 21 or 18 or something just absurd like that. But in this game, we have over 20 penalties.
Did I
easily.
take logic in college? Something happens, ergo something else is going to happen. A play comes, and ergo there's going to be a penalty. Is that how this is working?
In my eyes, it's how it's working. But also got injuries too. Is unfortunately for Lincoln, Togney's limping off the field. One of their best players is injured here, Dave.
He's up. He's walking. That just may be a cramp. We've seen a bunch of players tonight having cramp. Holding call is on Lincoln. Now it's 1st and 20 from the 46.
Lincoln have had a lot of opportunities, but they've also just been halted by their own penalties and lack of discipline. I mean, both of these teams haven't really been that disciplined in this game so far. Not sure what the number of penalties is in the first half, Dave, but so far in the second half, McDaniel with 8 and Lincoln with 4.
As many players as they have up close, as McDaniel have up close, and their safety's back. Crossing pattern, that would look really good. Eldridge going to throw, and intended out there for number 6, Parker Barnett, incomplete. So, 2nd down and 20.
Lincoln desperately trying to move the chains to keep possession.
Now McDaniel drops the corners a little deeper. They were up closer that time.
Second and 20 here. Won't be surprised if Lincoln try to throw the ball deep again, Dave.
Coach Schnabel told me, watch out for number 88, and that's Garrett Smokel. Let's see if they throw to him. He's on the outside. Nope. Eldridge on a keeper, turns the corner, and gets maybe 10. Coach Snoffer told me to watch Garrett Schmokel. He's a senior.
Ball on the 35, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 on the 35. This is just in the part of the field where maybe, Cardinal might go for it on 4th down.
I would not blame them if they did go for it if they don't end up converting here because their offense has been pretty consistent tonight in addition to their great defense.
Here we go. Eldridge, across the middle, there it is. I said that's where they needed to go, and they just did. Complete to Elwood Gordon.
Elwood Gordon with another reception, just adding to his tally of yards in this game. He's had a pretty solid match so far.
He got 10, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, that's good for a first as Lincoln ball on the 28 here.
And
Still
they ran that
looking to score
route.
again.
They ran it right in the middle where, it looked to me like McDaniel was vulnerable.
Yeah, they weren't expecting that over route where he went, that cross route where he went across and they hit him just on time. Here comes Lincoln again.
1st and 10.
And here we go
No.
again, another flag.
And this is delay a game.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness. I believe that's 4 on McDaniel and 3 on Lincoln. 7 delays of game.
delay games, I'm not so sure, but McDaniel has 8 penalties in this half, and Lincoln has 6.
Jeez. Well, 4th and 7 from the 33 is what the scoreboard shows.
Well,
That
surprisingly enough, they're going for it, Dave.
change- There's a flag before we snap the ball.
And looks like it's too many men on the field.
The referee is counting. He's counting right now. He told everybody don't move. waved it off. He thought there were too many men. Now he counts, and there's just enough.
Well, that's something that you don't see that often, but referees are only human. They make mistakes. It happens. As he was looking for too many men in the field, but it's declined, or it's waved off on me.
Another pass in the middle. Is that complete?
Doesn't look like it, but I'm not sure.
Nope, it's not.
Elwood's limping off the field.
Gordon is limping off the field, you say?
It was, yeah, it was Gordon that was limping off the field. Hopefully he's okay, though. But, you know, both teams have had quite a few injuries in this game.
7:55 left to go in the game. McDaniel will take over on possession. They trail 13-0. The ball is on the 33-yard line of McDaniel. That's Brewer still at quarterback, wants to throw, throws high, caught, maybe a gain of 1.
Johnny Guyton on the reception, 3-yard gain.
Guyton, a freshman, caught that ball, but they're showing a gain of maybe, well, I didn't realize that. They're showing it all the way out to the 38, gain of 5.
McDaniel with just 8 freshmen in comparison to Lincoln's 24.
Brewer with the ball runs into his lineman and going to get back, maybe got 2 on that.
Ran into his lineman, went around him, got a couple extra yards, and they're going to call it a 4-yard gain.
So they're showing 3rd and 3 at the 41. Very confusing game with all the penalties and down markers and chains. And
definitely.
Brewer wants to throw it to the outside. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
His intended receiver was Johnny Guyton, the freshman. As you mentioned, brings up 4th down here.
Guyton had a catch, but it was only for a yard earlier. He's a freshman. It's going to bring up 4th and 3 at the 41. Let's see if McDaniel's going to go for this. It looks like they are.
They really have
remember the last time they did a hard count, got an offside.
That's right. Well, they really have no other choice to go for it, down by 2 possessions here with not that much time left.
And thrown over the head of the receiver. Out there on the outside, number 14, J.R. Lanier.
Well, it was a great effort from the Mountain Lions there, but they really had to go for it on 4th and 3. No other choice. Down by 2 possessions with 6:28 on the clock, as the Cardinals are going to take over from here, Dave.
All right, 6:28 on the clock. Cardinal will take over 1st and 10. The ball will be at the 41. And there's a flag. The line judge threw that. That usually means offside.
Yeah. We're about to find out.
See which way they're going to go. Well, I don't know. The flag's still down on the field. They haven't marked off anything. They're going to mark it off against the Cardinal.
That's
Hang on.
another penalty.
They're still talking this over. Illegal formation on the offense declined. What?
Interesting.
Little swing pass to the left and broke free me. Oh no, stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds, looks like maybe around the 20.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds around the 19 or so, as that was Richler Piersnick, the senior, yet again with a speedy run there. Got quite a few yards as he broke out near that left sideline, Dave. Great run from him. He went out of bounds to the 21-yard line.
Piersnick, and that was at the 41 and went to the 21, 20 yards. Here comes a sweep play outside to the right. And that's Barnett. He's tackled, pulled down. Probably no gain on the play. We're just under the 6-minute mark. All these penalties are testing our knowledge of what all the signals are.
That's for sure. I mean, I used to be a soccer referee, obviously, but, you know, I'm becoming more used to all the different calls in football. It's much different, obviously, but it's been quite a few penalties tonight.
2nd and 10. There's a snap straight ahead.
Looks like a fumble.
The players are saying fumble. Let's see. I don't see anybody coming off the field. Nope, it is a fumble, and it's a recovered by the Mountain Lions. That's Lincoln's second turnover, both on fumbles. McDaniel has 3 all in the first half, 2 pass interceptions and a fumble.
Well, that play really has changed the game, Dave. Big chance for the Mountain Lions. Now they really just have to get a score and play some defense because they're down by only 2 possessions, 5:13 remaining. They've had their fair share of opportunities, unable to capitalize on any of them, but still have some time left.
First and 10, Mountain Lions at the 22. 5:13 left to go in the game. Jake Brewer at quarterback after the injury to Trey Crawford. Long throw, that's going to be way overthrown.
Yeah, a little bit overthrown. McDaniel wanted a PI call there. They're not going to get it, but it was a good effort there from Brewer. Deep pass, just overthrew him a little bit.
You know, there's that thing, you know, the receiver has to be able to catch the ball before there's pass interference.
Yeah.
And that was way overthrown. Second down. Another long throw, and that's going to be way overthrown again. Probably 5 yards past the receiver.
Almost.
They're just running fly patterns now. You know,
Yeah.
When you were a kid, you drew that up in the sand. You go deep, you run as far as you can, as fast as you can, and I'll throw it as far as I can. That's what's going on.
Well, at this point, I don't really blame McDaniel for going for these deep passes because they only have 5 minutes and 1 second left on this clock. And there's not a ton of time left in the game, but I think that Brewer really just needs to remain composed and be more relaxed in the pocket in order to hit his targets.
He's under pressure. That's why he has to let that go. He was under real pressure that time, up the middle. Brewer, he's going to roll right. He's going to look. He's going to throw. That's going to be incomplete.
Almost picked off that time.
Great defense out there on the outside that time by the Cardinal.
He tried to play it to Johnny Guyton, but he was triple teamed. As it seemed like Brewer would have been better off throwing it to someone else.
All right, what are they going to do? They're going to go for it here, or they're going to punt?
I mean, you have to go for it.
Yeah.
You're only got 4 minutes and 56 seconds. If you're really that confident in your defense, I would punt the ball. But in this spot and this time in the game, down by 2 possessions with just under 5 minutes remaining, I would probably end up going for it, but we'll see.
Right, punt formation. Parker Barnett drops back deep. Dropped the ball, not going to get this away, and tackled. Punter dropped the ball, couldn't get it away, tackled. Now there's a flag. There's a couple of them. This might be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, it has to be unsportsmanlike conduct because number 22, Dominic Lopez, was visibly upset that he wasn't able to get it off in time. But I don't blame him because it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best snap, and obviously he wasn't able to have enough time to get it off. So he can't blame himself on that play. It's just unfortunate for McDaniel.
Here's kind of a rule: if you're going to do something that's not good to do not do it right in front of the referee.
That's probably some good advice to some young athletes here because obviously, as you mentioned, Dave, if you're going to be doing it right in front of the referees, they're going to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe later when you come off the field, you could, punch the ground or something, but it was quite apparent there. It was right in front of the referee, and he wasn't about to let that go.
Right. He should have jumped up, should have said, "Excuse me, Mr. Referee, I did not agree with how that play turned out." Then run over to the sideline and express your real opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he could have even thrown the ball at one of his own teammates, and it would have been better than spiking on the ground. But I don't blame him for being upset there. Emotions are high, and his team's down by just 2 possessions with just under 5 minutes. But he's upset. They're obviously trailing, and he let his emotions get the best of him.
Jack, they scored 38 points last week against Putnam. They don't have any tonight. That's a tribute to the Lincoln defense, which has been outstanding.
Yeah, it has been outstanding. There's been multiple players that have stood out to me for sure. But this has been quite the entertaining game so far. As it seems like we have, the unsportsmanlike penalty going to bring this ball forward for Lincoln. So another penalty against McDaniel. That's their 9th of the half.
No point in trying to throw past it. I just run ground plays and use up as much of the clock as I can. 4:55 on the clock. Well, wait a minute. What's going on? Now they back the ball all the way back out to the original. The play-by-play, and I'm sorry, the PA announcer is trying to figure this out too. How did this ball come all the way back? Maybe they didn't assess those.
They called it a dead ball penalty.
I don't know.
So I'm not quite sure what they're doing here, but interested to see how it plays out.
Lincoln has the ball, that's for sure. But all those flags and those penalties that were going to get marked off, none of it did. Eldridge going to throw to the outside. Is that complete?
Referee says it's a catch.
Catch. Oh, my goodness.
What a catch from Errol Brotherton. The junior just tiptoed his way into that reception as it was complete, but it was a fantastic throw from Eldridge right into the breadbasket of 11, Brotherton, as he really had to reel his arms out to grab that one, and he was quite literally tiptoeing his way inbounds.
See what I know? I said they're going to keep this on the ground and run it. They come out and throw it. Amazing.
I mean, Lincoln.
I like it.
Lincoln really is unpredictable, and they've done a lot offensively. They can throw, or in the second half, they've really exemplified they can throw and run the ball. They've done both, Dave.
Exactly. Very versatile. I realize we haven't got any points in the second half, but the offense has been very diverse.
I mean, they can run it, they can throw it, they can pitch it. They really can do it all. And on the defensive end, they've held strong, and it seems like they could score again here.
First and goal from the 6, throws it again, wide open in the end zone, touchdown pass.
None other than Emmett Togney on the reception there. Eldridge hit him on a pinpoint pass on the right side. Togney used his speed to outrun the defense, just a walk-in touchdown, cakewalk if you will, for another score. That puts Lincoln up 19-0 with a chance to extend it to 20 with this PAT here, Dave.
Second touchdown of the night for Togney. He had one at 9:37 of the first quarter on a 10-yard run. Now a 5-yard pass from Lance Ricker, the left footer, down, blocked. 19-0 is our score.
4:44 remaining. Yeah, my oh my is right. Lincoln has really excelled on both sides of the field tonight. Offensively, they've showed their versatility as we just spoke about. They've really done a great job, an exceptional job at throwing and running the ball. And defensively, they haven't given up a single point. So that really shows you how good Lincoln has been in this game so far. The only thing they really haven't done are made their PATs. I mean, they've made 1 of 3 of their PATs, but when you're up by 19 points, it's not that big of a deal if one of them gets blocked or if your kicker misses one, because you're up by three scores right now.
This is a PIL league game.
So
by the way, next week it's Thursday. Thursday is the game, and it's at Jefferson.
Yeah, sometimes these high school games are on Thursdays, usually Fridays, but I think that's going to be a good match as well.
I do too. In spite of all the penalties, at times Lincoln has looked very good on offense. And I think Liam Eldridge's confidence is growing every single time he throws the ball.
I would agree, definitely. Eldridge, only a junior, still with plenty of time. Season just started recently, and he's still got his senior season plus the rest of this season to improve, as he didn't look that confident in the first half, as we mentioned, didn't do that well. But in the second half, he's really proved everyone wrong and done otherwise and had a great second half.
Great play calling by the coach. To the outside and all the way out to about the 45-yard line on the return.
That is Dakarion Martin, the junior for the Mountain Lions. Takes it all the way up to the 42 as McDaniel still have quite a bit of time here to try to get something going, but they're going to have to go quickly, Dave, as they're still trailing by 3 possessions, and they don't have a lot of time, and the clock isn't on their side right now.
We're going to work on seeing if we can get a post-game guest.
Definitely.
Lincoln post-game guest. They may be in a celebratory mood and may not make it, but we're going to try. We're going to get some help from Ryan Eldridge. Liam's dad is going to try to help us with that. He's the president of Cardinal Boosters, and he's going to see if he can work that out and get a player over. It'll be It'll be the coach's pick. So Coach Snoffer is going to pick somebody.
Yep, another penalty. This ball is moving all the way up to the 42, it looks like, Dave.
Big penalty, 15-yard penalty on the Cardinal. So the Lions will start on offense. 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 43. Jake Brewer, the quarterback.
So far, Brewer's overthrown his targets, but he knows how to run the ball, so I'm interested to see what he's going to pick to do here.
Trey Crawford is still sitting over on the bench.
Let's go, defense!
Seems like he's done for the night, still injured.
Here we go. Jake Brewer, the quarterback, 1st and 10. Receivers, trip receivers to the right. The snap. Wants to throw, going to throw long, and caught. That's going to go for a touchdown.
Yep, that's a touchdown, and that is Dante Stidham Jr., the freshman. It's unbelievable he's a freshman, first of all, but he reels in his first touchdown of the game, and that is McDaniel's first score of the game as the Mountain Lions, lots of M's, I guess, get on the board as they're trailing 19-6, looking for this PAT. Great pass from Brewer. He was right on the money. Only problem was a little bit shaky, obviously, but there he was, number 7, Stidham Jr., as he cakewalked his way into the end zone. He slowed down. Seems like taunting a little bit, just like slowing down when he got the ball, just, kind of stood there and then slowly walked his way into the end zone as this game has changed.
12 seconds came off the clock between scores. Brewer to Stidham. He was well defended. It was a 50-50 jump ball. He just out-jumped the defender. Point after coming up. This is 22, I believe. Lopez gets to the outside. Did they get the 2? Yes, they did.
Yeah, they faked it, and Brewer had the keeper there to sweep on the right side, and he dove in and got the 2 points, Dave.
You know, another 8-point touchdown and a 3-point field goal, we'd be even. (19-6), Lincoln leads. Nice catch by Stidham that time. On the program, we don't have the heights of the players, but I bet he might be the tallest player on their team.
Probably also one of the strongest, too. He's only a freshman, and he's got plenty of size.
Are you expecting an onside kick here?
I wouldn't be too shocked if they go for the onside here. I mean, you kind of have to go for the onside kick. You're down by 11 points with only 4:32 remaining. If they have a lot of faith in their defense, they could honestly just kick it deep. But if I were McDaniel, I think there's too much time. I think there's too much time on the clock to go for an onside here, Dave. I mean, there's 4:32, but it really just is dependent upon how confident McDaniel are in their own defense. So we'll see. But they probably are going to. They're lining up for an onside, it seems like.
Lincoln has the good hands people up front.
And remember, you know, in football, you just have to get that ball 10 yards and you can take it. So well, I'm interested to see if McDaniel are able to recover this. Well, they only have to get the ball 10 yards before they can jump on it.
Smokel is up front. Conrad Kelsey is up front.
As the ball is set on the stand now, he's ready for it.
And Cardinal moves some players up. They've got 10 players within 10 yards of the 50. All right, referee getting off the field.
Dominic Lopez to take it here for McDaniel.
Here we go. And little kick bounces, fielded by the Cardinal. Fielded at the 35, out to the 44. That was number 11, and that's Cameron Rank.
And it was Jarrell Purnell, the freshman, for McDaniel with the big wrap up there.
All right.
There's just 4:28 remaining here in the fourth quarter. McDaniel still trailing by 11 points, 19-8, Dave.
Now, if it was me, I'm going to run the ball. I'm not going to turn it over, and I'm going to use as much of the clock as I can.
Probably a smart thing to do.
I've been wrong before.
It's okay. We've all been wrong before, man.
Right.
Everyone's been wrong before. It just depends on when, you know. They brought in, it looks like a new QB, Dave. It's 10.
I think.
Abe Blackman.
Right. Cardinal have a new quarterback in the game, Abe Blackman. He's a junior.
Another timeout on the field.
Well, then the backup quarterback last week was Finn Davies, number 12.
Seems like Lincoln is very versatile in many positions, including quarterback. They have plenty of options. They can really go with whoever they want to.
What's the term that Coach Snoffer told us last week?
He said his players are positionless.
That's the term. I brought that up to him again on the field just before the game tonight. He said, yep, our players are positionless.
That's right,
Where
Dave.
they fit in, that's where we're going to put them.
Seems like Coach Schnoffer hasn't changed the game plan thus far this season, as he really does enjoy putting his players in different positions. We've seen it before. We've seen Togny do it on the defensive end and offensive. He has plenty of players that are very versatile.
And right, it is Blackman. He's in a quarterback Going to take the snap. He's going to roll left. He's going to throw. Is that complete?
Yeah, it's complete to Piersnick.
Blackman's pass complete to Piersnick, and it's a gain of
Small gain there.
5. You know, he's throwing into that area where McDaniel isn't. By the way, Coach Snoffer's family is in Pennsylvania. They listened to the game last week. I hope they're listening tonight and get a chance to hear the win. His first win as a head coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Going to throw deep, trip, intercepted. Oh, exactly what they didn't want to happen. Intercepted.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable, Dave.
That ball was, I think it was tipped, wasn't it? Did you see it tipped?
I don't think it was tipped.
Intercepted.
It didn't look like it was tipped, and I believe it was number 2, Johnny Guyton, the freshman, with the pick there. And now the ball's at the Lincoln 34. Huge chance for McDaniel to get on the board here with 3:25 remaining. This game has drastically changed in seconds, Dave.
19 to 8, 3:25 left. First and 10 at the 20. I'm sorry, first and 10 at the 34-yard line. Brewer, the quarterback, the snap. He's going to roll right. He wants to throw. He's going to throw long. Across the middle. Caught down around the 10.
Wow. Well, McDaniel are loving this as they have the ball in the red zone now. 3:18 on the clock. It looks like the clock stopped, so they have time to situate what they want to do here. Ball on the 9-yard line. If McDaniel can score here and convert a 2-point conversion, that's going to make it a 2-point game, I believe. 3-point game. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me.
Wow,
Yeah,
Brewer on the money that time with a throw, that a crossing route downfield. Trip receivers to the right. Brewer's going to keep it, going to run it, turns. And is he in or is he just short? At the 1.
Yeah, he's now at the 1.
Oh. Yikes. 2:36 left to go in this one.
Well, McDaniel's going to have to go quickly here and rush this in so they don't burn off any more clock because there's not that much time remaining. But as we mentioned, if McDaniel does end up scoring here and gets the 2-point conversion, it's just a 1 field goal game, Dave.
There's the snap straight ahead. Touchdown on the run.
2:17 on the clock. McDaniel get a big touchdown there.
And they're going to go for 2. Was it Brandon Kyle?
Yeah, Brandon Kyle, number 16, the senior, with the 1-yard rushing touchdown there.
They scored 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes.
Well, if they don't convert here, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get back in this game, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do here.
The snap. Under pressure, throws it underneath. Is he in? I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he didn't make
a yard short.
Wow.
Wow, Dave. So now it's really going to come down to McDaniel's defense in this game because just when we thought it was over minutes ago, it was 19-0, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, it's a 1-possession game, 19-14, with still 2:17 on the clock. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time for McDaniel to cook something up. They just need to get some stops now. That's really what they need.
2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, behind 19-0. Now it's 19-14. A field goal won't get you in this game now. You got to score.
Coaches are hyping up the fans here as they're chanting defense. Lincoln desperately trying to hold on right now as they're only up by 5 points with 2:17 remaining. This game has been wild, to say the least.
Amazing. Headed for a big finish. We got 137 seconds. Cardinal will play one player deep in case they kick this away and try to get a stop. Lopez will kick it. Last time a chip shot and the Cardinal got it.
Yeah, last time the chip shot didn't work out too well for them as it went to about the 36-yard line or so last time. And this time I expect them to squib kick this one deep. And it's probably going to bounce first around the 35-yard line and bounce a few times, but we'll see what they do.
Lopez on the ball. Kicks it, right to Conrad Kelsey. Kelsey falls down at the 50. I mean, that was on the fly, right to him.
Yeah, it looks like a potential onside kick, but it wasn't kicked that well.
Either one of two things, either where he was trying to pick a spot and didn't get it through, or he was trying to hit somebody in the chest and have it bounce back.
I believe he was trying to hit somebody in the chest, but you probably have a better chance doing that by one-timing it and just kicking as hard as you can at the opposing player's helmet or leg or something, but interested to see what happens here.
There's a straight-ahead play.
Wow, good defense.
Blackman still in at quarterback, number 10. Abe Blackman, the junior.
Surprised they don't have Eldridge in unless he's injured.
Yeah, I don't have any direct word on that. That may be. Blackman comes to the sideline. Timeout? Yes, timeout on the field. 2:09 left to go in the game. 19-14, Lincoln leads. I want to tell you about Elite Real Estate. Michelle Shea Land, our dedicated realtor at Elite Real Estate, strongly supports Cardinal football just like a strong offensive line. Ready to score your next home? Make contact with her today. It was a gain of 4, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 47. Now that's from the McDaniel 47.
Still plenty of time left on the clock for the Mountain Lions as Lincoln, as I mentioned before, desperately just trying to hold on for the win. But they've had quite a few turnovers in this game. Both teams have, really.
You know, Brewer came in this game and he's rallied the team.
He has. Brewer has been the magic for McDaniel so far.
Gonna run a sweep play. This is Gordon. Turns inside, gets outside. Is he gonna get to the first down marker? He wanted to stay in bounds. That was important to stay in bounds if you could.
Looks like he's about half a yard short. It's gonna be close, that's for sure. He
stayed in bounds. The clock was running. He stayed in bounds. Is it a first down?
Just short of the first.
3rd down. 3rd and maybe 1. 1:32 left. First down's going to make a big difference here.
They need it desperately.
Blackman set. The snap. Turns it off straight ahead. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he got it there. Piersnick
got the first down.
Big run for him.
Wow, was that crucial.
It was.
First down. The clock is stopped at 1:13. Now, kneel down a couple of times. 3 times if you have to. Now the clock is running. I'd take all the time before you snap this ball, kneel down, and do it again. Then I don't think you have to take another snap.
It's dependent upon how many timeouts each team has.
Right.
But I'm interested to see what they're going to do here. Seems like they're just slowing down the game. As you mentioned, Dave, I wouldn't be too surprised if they just really take a knee. As it looks like Eldridge is back into the game. Seems like he's not injured.
All right, Liam Eldridge back in the game. Here we go. The snap, going to kneel down.
And seemingly
Clock.
that's going to do
Right.
it.
McDaniel doesn't have any more timeouts.
Well,
Everybody's kind of mulling around. I don't think Lincoln has to snap the ball again.
No, I don't think they do either. 17
McDaniel
seconds
walking.
left on the clock, and as you mentioned, Dave, McDaniel walking off the field, and that's going to do it. Final score, 19-14. Lincoln get their first victory of the season. That's going to move them to 1-2. McDaniel came into this game with a record of 1-1. They're going to fall to 1-2.
All right, there's the horn. This game is over. Lincoln moves to 1-2 overall, 1-0 in the PIL. The McDaniel, Mount Lion, they go to 1-2, and they are 0-1 in the PIL. Let me recap the scoring for you in this game. The game started, the score for Lincoln in the first quarter, a 10-yard run by Emmett Togney, the point after touchdown by Lance Ricker, and our score was 7-0. Cardinal got another touchdown with 8 seconds left to go in the first half. A 1-yard run by Liam Eldridge, the point after touchdown failed. McDaniel almost ran the kickoff back before the time ran out. Got down to within the 10-yard line,
Fell
but
at the
couldn't
5,
score.
yeah.
And that made our score 13-0 at the half. Neither team scored in the third. In the fourth quarter, Lincoln got on the board, 4:44 left to go in the game, a 5-yard pass from Eldridge. That and the point after touchdown was blocked. That made our score 19-0. And then the action really stepped up at 4:32, 12 seconds later, a 43-yard touchdown pass from Brewer to Stidham. The point after touchdown, a run by Brewer, that made it 19-8. And then another score after a pass interception, that coming at 2:17, a 2-yard run by Brandon Kyle. The point after touchdown, though, was unsuccessful, 19-14, and that's where it ended. Jack?
Well, it was obviously a very interesting game. Both teams had their not really fair share, more like heavy share of penalties in this match. But Lincoln gets their first win of the game. Came down to the wire. Not quite sure what happened with Eldridge because he was benched for a while, but it seemed like he wasn't injured, so they brought in.
Well, I'm not sure he was benched, but he
well, not benched, but they just switched it up, it seemed like. So Blackman came in for the Cardinal, and he ended up throwing a pick, which really changed the game. And McDaniel had their fair share of opportunities, but overall, I think that Lincoln played a fantastic game of football on both ends of the field, as we mentioned. Lincoln had a couple interceptions, and they obviously got their fair share of touchdowns, and overall, both teams played pretty well. Mountainside almost came, or not Mountainside, McDaniel, I don't know why I keep saying that, almost came back and won the game.
They're the
but
Mountain Lions.
Close.
It's okay.
It was close, yeah. It was very close. But great game from both squads, obviously.
Well, there was a number of things that needed to get done tonight.
Yeah.
One
definitely.
was Lincoln needed to score, and they did.
Yeah.
They scored 19 straight points. Two, they needed to play good defense, and they did. Other than that 2-minute stretch there near the end of the game where McDaniel scored, they played outstanding defense, I thought, for the game. They needed to get a PIL win, check that block off, get the first season win, check that off. They play Jefferson next week. Maybe we can get to 2-0 in the PIL and 2-2 overall.
Yeah, they could easily do that. Lincoln is a pretty deep squad, as we mentioned, have some versatile players, including Togney and a couple others, such as Eldridge. But I agree with you, Dave. Besides the last 4 or 5 minutes of that game, Lincoln played a flawless match of football, and they fell apart near the end there, almost gave up more than enough, and they literally almost lost the game, but it came down to the wire. Obviously, Lincoln got the win, but great game overall, very exciting.
Well, up and down the list, seniors who played good. Take the freshman, take Coriani, the lineman, 56. He was a monster on defense.
He was.
And so they got good play from everybody that time, and as a result, a 19-14 win. I want to thank all of our sponsors who participated with us tonight. Kelly Manning State Farm, Evolution Salon, Friendly House, Selco, Premier Jets, Bio Lounge, Garfinkel Orthodontics, and Elite Real Estate. I want to thank all those sponsors. They make all of our broadcasts possible. So we're looking at next week at Jefferson, and that is an away game. Kind of a strange situation. Let me grab my schedule here real quick. Because Lincoln actually opened the game on the road. Then they played that game last week to open the stadium at Newburgh. Now we've got 3 straight road games. McDaniel tonight, Jefferson next Thursday, and Franklin on the 29th. And then finish up with 4 games at home. So the schedule kind of plays well for the Lincoln Cardinal. Those last 4 games at home, those are October the 6th versus Roosevelt, October the 12th versus Ida B. Wells, October the 20th versus Grant, and October the 27th versus Cleveland.
Yeah, that is a very odd schedule. Usually in high school football, they go back and forth, home away, home away. But great game from Lincoln. As we mentioned before, they did it on both sides of the field. Togney with a couple touchdowns, and they had a couple interceptions too, one of them from Cameron Rank. And Lincoln really showed how versatile they are. They got blown out last game, but bounced back with a big win against a pretty talented opponent tonight.
You know, I mentioned when we started off that there was a time when Liam Eldridge was 0 for 6. He finished 7 for 15. And let's see, I've just run through here.
He started
109 yards passing.
Yeah.
So 7 of 15 for 109 yards passing. By the way, we're not the official score. My stats are, sometimes I get caught up in the emotion and fail to write something down. Unofficial stats, but pretty close. Eldridge, 7 of 15 for 109 yards. He had completions tonight of 28, 20, 20, 10, 14, 9, and 8. Nothing underneath. He was throwing the ball down the field.
Yeah, he had a fun time throwing the ball all night long, as he didn't start off that hot, as we mentioned, but finished the game strong, put up over 100 yards, which is pretty impressive, and led his team to the victory. So good stuff from Liam Eldridge. Congratulations to him and Lincoln for this win, as McDaniel was that close to winning the game. It really came down to the wire, Dave.
A.J. Reverman, 3 catches for 50 yards. Some of those were really big. Piersnick had a catch for 20 yards. Gordon had 2 for 19. Togney had 1 for 8. Rushing, not a whole lot. Eldridge had 28 yards on 4 carries. Togney, I have 22 yards on 5 carries. Gordon had 20 yards on 4 carries. The for McDaniel, I think if you have to look at them, I think the difference for them late was when the quarterback.
McDaniel's starting quarterback, Trey Murray and Crawford, and their backup was Jake Brewer.
Brewer. I'm sorry.
Brewer and Crawford both played a great game. And Brewer's pass late in the 4th really brought the game down to the wire as it was completed, and that drive resulted in a touchdown.
All right, let me get our producer's attention. Hey, Ryan, we're gonna. Okay, we anticipated we were going to get a player. I think it's pretty emotional over there with the win and how they held together at the end. And Coach Snoffer has the team. They kind of all kneeled down. They're talking it all over.
And they're probably just soaking it in right now.
Right. I'm sure if I'm the coach, I would be saying to my guys, see how it feels to win? You can do this. And so they're having an extended pep talk at the end of the game, and we'll catch them before the season. We'll get some players and stuff. We're going to we're going to sign off here. I want to thank some people. I want to thank McDaniel High School for their hospitality.
For sure.
Coach Snoffer tonight, who's talked with us for quite some time.
Super nice guy.
Ryan Eldridge from the Boosters Club, who had a chance to talk with us. Our crew tonight, Ryan Johnson, our producer, been on the camera. Steve Roberts was on the camera for a while. Alva has been doing all that magic that he does up there.
Alva working his magic like usual. You know how it is.
Right. Well, you and I can talk all we want to, but unless he turns us on, it doesn't work.
That's right.
All right. And Jack McArthur, my color guy. And Jack, You're not headed off to Oregon for a couple of weeks, so you might join us again here.
Next week, I'll definitely be joining you guys on a broadcast, and who knows, maybe since I can drive now, I'll be coming down on Fridays and potentially calling some more games, but I'll just have to let you know. So that's to be dated, but next week I'll definitely be able to call another game alongside you.
If you want to follow our schedule, OregonSportsBeat.com, you go there. We have our schedule up for the entire month. You can see when the games are, who the opponents are, and what the time is. So look at that and you can figure it all out, or if you can get out to the game, do that. I'm Dave Hall from McDaniel High School in PIL action. Our final score tonight, it is Lincoln 19, McDaniel 14. Good night, everybody.